4445 ideal.
When he's not talking about it, he's tweeting about it.
Do you Twitter?
Follow the Troubleshooter at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of Denver's talk station on Twitter.
Just give me your Twitter and I'll follow you.
Find us right now at 630 KHOW. Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Pay. That's pay. Enter it now at KHOW.com. Keep listening to win with a $12K a day giveaway.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it. The best CBD product out there, bar none. Well, I shouldn't say that. The best one I know about. By the way, they have a science research facility at CU doing research on CBD and cannabinoids, always coming out with new stuff. And right now they have, this week it's available, RealCBDThatWorks.com. It's antiviral formulation that's been shown by laboratory tests by the University of Oregon. I want you to read about it. To inhibit viruses entering human cells, including COVID. We're not touting this as a cure or a substitute for anything or anything like that, but just want you to know it's there to help. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Put Tom in the promo code, get 30% off. Deputy Smarty Pants, we had some on again and off again stuff. I just want to say something. A common moving scam took place, and Deputy Smarty Pants said, I'm going to try to help. What happened was what happens all the time, and I wrote about this on Nextdoor and pissed a lot of people off. I don't know why, but it did. Maybe those in the moving industry. I said, first of all, never hire a broker out of Florida, ever. Never hire a broker in general, ever. Only hire movers directly. Only hire movers who actually own trucks and have actual offices, like, for example, Johnson Moving and Storage for interstate moving. I'm talking about Real or Grable. I'm talking about people that own trucks and have local reputable agents. Johnson is part of, I believe, North American, whatever it is. I'm just saying, go to reputable agents who have affiliations with national van lines that own their own trucks and have their own laborers, okay? Instead, to go to a broker will sell to some unknown entity. They don't care who they sell it to. And then that unknown entity figures out a way to charge you more money than the broker did up front. And that unknown entity now tells you got to pay more because it's more than they expected. Then they sometimes transfer it to a third entity or just leave it and make you call for it and then charge you even more to take delivery. And it's a sham. We've seen it dozens and dozens of times. This is not speculation. This is real. It happens every day. Marty has been successful in going to these movers, and even though they're out of Florida and they're nameless and faceless, he's been able to scare the hell out of them because he's down there, and he's had success. So, Marty, the latest one, we had 3 movers in the chain. The broker, the first mover who picked it up, and the second mover who was going to, the broker, the mover, the first mover, and the second mover. Who did you actually get a hold of?
I got a hold of allegedly the owner of the company originating in Florida.
Okay, so it was the broker you got a hold of.
Well, he claims he's not, but it seems
he's a broker. He's a broker.
Yeah.
So then he actually, though, to his credit, got things moving.
Well, he was afraid I would come visit him because I know his address.
Right.
I got the address. It's down the street.
And I think he thought you were some kind of either lawyer or some kind of investigator for the government. So what happened then?
Well, I told him the truth. I was from a radio.
I understand that. I understand that, Marty. I just think that
What happened, I think he picked up the phone by accident, honestly, because my area code is his area code, so I don't, because after that he blocked me.
Yeah.
He blocked me. So I got him on the phone. I got him three-way with Artist, which I believe she's on the phone as well right now.
Yeah.
So we had a 30-minute conversation in which he promised the delivery. I believe supposed to be last week.
Now,
last
Artist,
Thursday.
you had lost all hope,
Yeah.
right, Artist?
Yes, I did. 20 helped so much.
He
So
did.
much.
It was amazing to me.
yeah.
It was amazing to me he got any action. By the way, those calling in, I'm going to take you right away at 303-713-TALK. Okay, so, Artist, to make a long story short, Deputy Smarty Pants stayed on him, and then this guy actually, did he text you and say, I'm coming?
Oh, many times. I mean, they were supposed to be there last night, and they just arrived this morning about an hour ago.
So this is fresh off the press.
Yeah, this
Yep,
is
they
this
just
morning.
arrived
They
this
arrived.
morning.
Now, you're saying, though, I saw in an email, you're already noticing things damaged.
Yep. So her daughter is.
Like what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
She didn't say to me. I don't know.
Unfortunately, there's no coverage except 60 cents a pound.
Wow. Yeah. Very good lesson learned. I tell you, I wish you would have got on your website first before we did all this.
Well, I wish you did too, but at least you got your stuff. Deputy
Yeah,
Smart.
I don't believe she would have gotten. I don't believe she would have had it if I didn't get involved.
I don't think you would have at all. I think Deputy Smarty Pants was responsible for this. Thank you very much. 303-713-TALK. Cleveland, what's going on with you, Cleveland?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. What can we do to help you, sir?
Sir, I want to report first that I honestly took my wife's vehicle in to a mechanic shop called All Around Auto Care.
Okay, and what kind of car is it?
It's a Suzuki Grand Vitara 4x4.
How old is that? How old is that Suzuki?
It's 2000 and it's actually a 2001.
Whoa, a Suzuki into a shop. And what shop is it?
All Around Auto Care.
And what happened, sir?
Well, I initially asked for one specific thing because the vehicle worked.
What did you ask for?
I asked for them to check out my ECM and my throttle positioning sensor. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Now, I want to, okay. So I want you to tell your story, but how many miles on this?
Okay, it's a little over 200,000.
Okay, that thing should be DOA, but that's okay. I mean, if you got that thing running and it's running, okay. So what happened?
Yeah, and actually, sir, to add to that, before I took it in, I actually had two mechanics help me out and kind of get her up to running really up to par.
Okay, so what's going on? What happened when you took it in and asked for an ECM and throttle positioning sensor? What happened?
Okay, so they gave me a quote, and I agreed
how much?
to it.
What was the quote?
Well, the quote was 2 hours of diagnostic because they had problem with the ECM.
How much would that be? 2 hours of diagnostic.
That's close to $300.
Okay, $300 for diagnostics. Then what else?
And then initially they said the throttle positioning sensor. They were going to look at that. So after the diagnostics, they would determine what would be done. So at this time, it's only $300.
Okay, so what's the problem, sir?
They're telling me that now I have all this engine problem, oil's gushing out the side of my engine. I have a mechanic right now who can verify the state of that engine.
So tell me something. Are you saying that they destroyed the engine on purpose?
I'm saying that they're trying to upcharge me. Now they're saying I have to pay for injectors.
Well, wait a minute. You didn't tell them to do anything except 2 hours of diagnostics. Is that right?
2 hours of diagnostics, and they were going to work on the throttle positioning sensor.
Okay, but then they can't charge you for anything else unless they get your permission.
Right, exactly.
So are they charging you for additional stuff?
They're trying to charge me for head gaskets and stuff that I have not even.
Are they trying to charge you, or are they saying you need it?
I'm sorry. They're saying that I need it, and they're saying my vehicle is now unsafe.
Just go get your vehicle and tell them you don't want it. There's nothing they could do to blow your head gasket that I know of. I mean, I mean, unless they rev the hell out of it and try to ruin it. But I'm telling you that it sounds to me, and you don't want to hear this, but a Suzuki with 200,000 plus miles, it's not unheard of. It would need a head gasket. What else do they say it needs? Listen, I'm not saying you needed this stuff. I'm not, Cleveland. I'm just saying it's not out of the realm of possibility. Right. They say you need a head gasket. What else? What else?
And that's the thing, sir.
What else?
I've already changed the head gasket.
Okay.
They're saying that they're basically saying that it's undrivable. After they told me
they said you need a head gasket, and what else, sir? What else?
They're saying fuel injectors.
Okay, fuel injectors. Now, you have a guy that looked at it how long ago?
Probably 3 weeks before I took it in.
Okay. Do you have that guy will tell you that was in perfect shape? Yep,
he sure will.
Well, not perfect, but in perfect shape for that.
Yeah. Yes, he could tell you the condition of it, that it wasn't.
All right, let's call him.
Near.
We'll get him on the phone. Maybe we'll have Deputy Doc get all these parties rounded up. What we'll do is call your guy and then call the other guy. Now, All Around Auto Care, you can go pick up your car, or are you saying it's not drivable now?
No, they're saying that it's not drivable. They would not allow me to go pick it up.
Oh, crap. They won't allow you to pick it up?
Yep, they're saying that I cannot drive it off after they told me that it was ready 2 times.
Wait a minute. They can't hold you hostage like that. They're not allowed to do that.
Tom, we traded in a 2000 Grand Vitara.
Grand Vitara what?
The exact same car he's got.
Suzuki?
Suzuki.
You had a Suzuki.
We had a Suzuki. We traded it in for our Mini.
When did you trade it? How long did you own it?
We owned it since 2000.
Well, when did you trade it in, though?
We've traded it in what? 2 years ago.
What?
Okay,
hold on, let
me tell you this.
18 years. 19 years.
All 20 years of it. And the point is, we drove down the street less than a week after we traded it, and we're riding right next to our car.
Okay, but
that puppy can last.
Oh, wow.
You're saying that Suzuki is better than we think?
I'm saying that Grand Vitara is a monster if you take care of it.
Yes.
Yeah, but 200,000. How many miles do you have, bro?
I have no idea.
Did you have 200,000?
At least.
Come on. Did you change your oil often?
That car got serviced.
How long did you own it, Cleveland? I'm sorry, I believe you. How long did you own it, Cleveland?
I've owned it for approximately 2 years.
You see, but now we don't know how people took care of it.
I can deal with the difference between his and ours.
You had it from new.
But what I'm saying, we got ours new.
Okay.
Okay, and we rode it.
He doesn't know how long it's been taken care of. He doesn't know how good it's been taken care of. But he did have a mechanic. So, Deputy Doc, let's put all these parties together. See what we can come up with. 303-713-TALK.
Yes, Tom, we turned the bad boy in for the
Major, how'd you do this weekend with your vets?
I did all right.
Take a picture of this.
With your what? What's that for?
We had 2 vets.
Oh, well, I take a commission for doing the
Yeah.
Mark,
how's he doing?
Which one? 2 with him. Bucks and... Oh, wait, I got... Who was it, Bills? I got something to do here, guys.
We were driving down the street, and I looked out the window. I said, "Belinda, there's your car." Are you serious,
guys?
It was so.
Let's talk about really important health information.
I hope you've heard this before, and I hope you do something about it. Do you want to live longer and basically eradicate heart disease and stroke? You possibly can first by taking the #1 risk factor out of the equation. You know how you do that? Core Scans. Now, CoreScans.com, without the E, C-O-R, CoreScans.com, can do a scan for $189 that can find soft plaque. It's specifically designed to find soft plaque. It's not a calcium score because that doesn't mean much. The soft plaque does. Now, in addition to that, there are treatments that insurance covers for that. But first, find out if you have the risk. $189 could save your life. CoreScans.com, 720-740-2663, 720-740-2663. What's the other health thing? Rocky Mountain ivmedics.com. Now listen, I'm a true believer in this. I have it done once a month, and they come to your house or to my studio. They can come to your office. They even go to truck stops and meet truckers. Wherever you want to meet them, they'll meet you. Rocky Mountain IV Medics, experts to your home, and you don't pay any more than a hydration bar. It's the most common therapy. They even help people get over COVID and other sicknesses or dehydration or migraines. 720-987-2155. You can text that number for same day appointments, like within an hour or two. 720-987-2155.
I should have had Done Right do it. Don't be that person that says this after ordering your remodeling project. Right, Dad?
You've got that right, Todd. Hi, folks. Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy. Ever since the 80s, we've proven ourselves by being picky. Tell the folks, Todd.
Well, there's only one way we'll resurface cabinets. 1/4 inch, glued and nailed. Replacement kitchens, only custom-built cabinets by our own people for a fabulous look. Bathrooms, you can count on the tried and true Done Right bathroom renovation system. And windows and entry doors? Dad, how about your 2 cents worth?
Well, it starts with a quality window or door, yes, but I'm here to tell you that preparation, installation, and finish are exactly why they'll be able to join those that say, Done Right, did right by me. So folks, whether it's kitchens, baths, counters, or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, as always, you have our word. We'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Are you tired of living with chronic pain, knee pain, joint pain? Listen carefully, because now there are new treatments available here in Denver. I'm not talking about surgery or steroids. These are regenerative treatments from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics. Michael Brown here. QC Kinetics is the leader in these exciting biological therapies that help you restore and repair damaged tissue in your joints with lasting results. If you've got pain in your knees, shoulders, hip, or back, joint pain that won't go away, you need to check out these new treatments with astonishing patient satisfaction reports. They can actually help your body restore and repair itself. There's no downtime, no drugs, no surgery. Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain, and don't let them put you under the knife. You need to learn more about how biologic therapies are changing the way we think about dealing with joint pain. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986.
That dinner was delicious. What's next?
I'm just going to call her relentless.
Do you frequently have gas, bloating, diarrhea, and stomach pain, or lose oily stools after eating?
He's no longer seen as competent or effective. Who says? Chuck Todd, man. He's NBC. Where did he stay at? No, I know. In Sunday morning. On his Sunday morning show.
Oh, yeah. Read it out. Yeah, okay. I was a little amazed to get back there. Yeah.
Listen,
by the way, I told you what would happen with the narrative. I told you to support the In Power Party. They will now say things are happening, and by the time we get to mid-year here, it's going to be that we have no more threat, and that Biden did a great job with coronavirus. Wait,
so I got my CT scan on Saturday.
Oh, CT.
Yeah. So listen, I'm in there. Doctor comes in.
They find a fucking brain.
Yes, they said it's so big they got to expand my cavity. But they said this was so crazy, dude. She goes, hey, you want me to give you a COVID test? This is so out of the fucking blue. I can't believe it. I said, why would I want a COVID test? I said, I had it about November. You can look in your own records. You guys diagnosed it and tested it. And she goes, oh yeah, but you can still get it if you want one. So it's evident they ask everybody. And I said, I would never take another COVID test. And she goes, why? I said, because after I had it in November, I reached out to you guys right as the vax came out, and I said, hey, isn't natural immunity way better than this vaccination? And some doctor here, and you can see it right in my thing, because it's all through chat, told me that no, I needed it. And now within the last month we have found out that even according to the Kaiser Foundation, that the natural immunity is up to 10 times better. So you completely lied to me about it.
And what did she say?
She did not engage.
Tom Martino here.
Frank Duran, the real estate man, by the way, free market valuations of your home for the asking. That is a true valuation based on comparables and based on actual sales, not appraisals. Although the buyer will need an appraisal, you don't, but you need a market valuation to know what to ask and whether or not it's worth listing, and it's free. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Lisa needs advice. I love giving advice. My wife says sometimes too much. Go ahead, Lisa. What's happening?
Hi.
Hi,
Love
Lisa.
Your show, Tom.
Thank you, Lisa. What's going on?
I'm 62 years old.
Okay, you're a young woman, Lisa.
Yeah, my home is paid for. It's valued at $480,000.
Yeah.
I am now able to work full time. I'm doing fine financially now. However, it wasn't very long ago I could barely walk.
Wow, why? Why could you barely walk?
Injuries and arthritis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got that taken care of. All natural.
That's really good.
Okay.
How'd you take care of arthritis, dear?
It's a long list of things.
No, I'd like to know a little bit about it. Seriously, that's how I gain knowledge.
Herbs, nutrition,
turmeric.
Therapy.
Did turmeric play a role in that?
Yes.
That's cool. Okay. And omega 3s?
Yes.
I love you. What else is going on?
Well, we'll get back to that some other time. Okay.
Okay.
So in the meantime, I'm 2 years behind in my property taxes.
Oh,
all I need is and we're looking at the third year now. So all I need is $6,000.
But hold on a second now, dear. Hold on. Why are you behind? Because you had problems?
Couldn't work.
Okay.
Couldn't work.
Okay.
I was in pain and could barely walk.
But are you going to take Social Security now or not?
No.
Good. You should wait for full age. But you are working now, so you need to make up for the rears.
Yeah, so I need $6,000 for my past taxes.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a plane and just lost both engines, and I'm heading for a crash landing. So I need advice on what my options are, and I'm looking at a reverse mortgage.
Okay, but here's what I want to tell you on a reverse loan. Now, I don't like reverse loans in your early 60s. However, they're not terrible if you do it the right way. And here's what I would do when I say the right way. I think you're only going to get about 30% loan to value if you wanted to get one. So you could get a line of credit of about $144,000. Now, I'm not sure. We have to ask Joan Sullivan, Suze, if you can find her. I'm not sure if they will let you close on a reverse and then pay your back taxes at closing, or if you have to advance them first and then pay them. So we got to find that out. But if you can take out, I would not take out a loan. I would take out a line of credit for emergencies. And here's the good thing about lines of credit. Let's say you qualify for about 30%. So that would be $144,000. That $144,000 would be available to you. And each year you don't use it, it increases what's available to you. But you don't pay any interest on it unless you spend it. So the only thing you'd be drawing is $6,000 to pay your taxes. So if that's the case, then you could work on paying that $6,000 off. But if you don't, it'll simply sit there and accrue. So but the line of credit will be growing almost as fast as that. So I don't think you're going to be in great danger as long as you don't misuse it. Many times those in their early 60s, if they take a reverse loan and spend too much, it's not that they can lose their home. They can, as long as they make taxes and insurance. But what I fear is they run out of all equity for when they really need it because they've been taking vacations and gambling and doing stuff like that. But if you know how to manage a line of credit, it could be a very useful tool.
Well, I plan on continuing to work.
Good. I'm going to put you on hold, and we're going to try to get a word from Approval Reverse on if you can pay those taxes with the funds, or do you need to pay those taxes first before you close. If so, you got to get someone to front you that money somehow. But we'll see. Hold on.
Now I'm going to make up, okay?
This is Denver's talk station. Now, Dan Capless today.
If I'm late again, I give you $1 every time.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
And I buy Mark lunch.
Patches right now we have slow traffic.
I like doing that because I know
get potatoes, coming off of I-25. I-25
jambalaya all around.
Did you like it?
It's
gone.
And your I-70 drive westbound.
It's powerful. You know what I mean by that? Spicy. Oh, not hot. Not hot.
She puts a kick in it.
But not hot.
Yeah, she puts a kick in it.
It's Cajun spicy.
That's somebody's truck?
That's the call this morning, the truck.
Let me see it. What call? That the Suzuki?
No.
The moving truck.
The moving truck.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson
The one that.
Podcast.
Can I see it? Can you flip it around a minute? It's just how shitty they pack stuff. Oh, God. Okay, I want to look up that Suzuki, bro. I'm going to introduce you guys. Don't worry about it. Suzuki, what?
Grand Vitara. This was a 2001.
Hold on.
I'm Tom Martino for BlakeHarrisLaw.com. I really love the way Blake Harris does business. He's an attorney, an estate planning attorney. It's more than estate planning. It's also estate execution. When someone dies or you need to go to probate, it's an estate lawyer and elder law. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. Free legal advice when you need it the most. So call and ask your questions. 833-ASK-BLAKE. He only charges when you hire him, and he charges flat rates for what you need. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Do you want to sell your house? Well, you can do it the regular way, of course. Houses are selling. But when people say my house sold in an hour or in a day or in 2 days, it really didn't, because you got to wait for loan approval and inspections and all kinds of stuff. So it really does take a month or more, no matter what. With Homevestors, you can get a check this week. All you have to do is call them. Now, listen, you may think, they're not going to give me what I want, but you'll never know, will you? Unless you call them. Who knows? Hey, you don't have to do repairs, commissions, inspections. You just get a check and you move. Homevestors, find out what they'll offer. 800-44-BUYER. 800-44-BUYER. You know, Genesis Total Exteriors is a home improvement company full service. And because of that, they can put all of your insurance damage, all of it, like if you had a leak as a result of wind damage or broken fences, outbuildings, siding, windows, roofing, whatever it is, all on one invoice, and they can deal with one source to the insurance company. That's Genesis Total Exteriors. Now, of course, they do general home improvements as well, and I've known Mark Szymanski, geez, how long now, Mark? God, 30 years or more. Mark uses him, by the way, loves him for the painting. GenesisTotalExteriors.com, 303-679-8509.
Donnie here with
this gallery. We are loving how thousands of people.
Now, being late in the button doesn't count to $1.
There's never been a better time to buy. We have everything in the store on sale at pre-inflation prices. You can save huge, up to 50%.
Do you have a guide for websites?
Take advantage.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if they're. Well, I don't know. Yeah, we do. You mean I have a company, but I warn you, companies. You got to really babysit these kinds of companies that take advantage of a lot of people. I'm not saying this company will take advantage of it. They won't. But no company is ever as good or as bad as you hear when it comes to digital. But I have a company that for one set price, for small companies, they will give you good page authority and optimization and organic growth and all that. I don't know if I would use them for pay-per-clicks or for the paid side. I think the paid side, you need somebody who specializes in that. If you want to put a budget into advertising online, get a good digital agency. Go to people that know what they're doing. Okay. But as far as actual website, they're great. They can get you good organic growth, and they can push you out to a lot of communities. So I'll give you some information on that after the show. But,
that'd be fantastic.
But as I said, I
What's
I
the
have
buzz about
found
nasal
that the
irrigation
good
and
digital advertising companies are not necessarily that good at building websites. So the way they get you pushed up is by you paying more to buy the words. Whereas a good organic company isn't that great at paid because they don't care about it. They care more about organic growth. And they're almost in conflict to find everyone that does everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, right now we're ranking really high on Google. We have
Good.
27 5-star reviews. And then on your page, we have all 5 stars.
Good.
And all across the board, Facebook, stuff like that, all 5 stars.
Good. Well, they won't hurt that.
Yeah, but I want to figure out a way that we can start, like, growing even more, so we can start bringing on more.
How much do you spend a month on just your website, on the SEO? Do you have a budget?
No, I don't have anybody doing any SEO on the website. So we created it off of Wix, and then I've just been running with it.
I'm going to tell you that the minimum people charge for that kind of stuff is about $500 a month.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to. I'm telling that's a minimum. Any SEO company.
Yeah.
So that's why you want to make sure you get one that really does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a quote the other day. We were shopping around. They said it was what, like $1,200 a month.
Yeah. That's not.
And they were trying to include the website.
Well,
they were trying to throw it all in together. Like,
but they're okay. But that's not bad. The website's easy for them.
Yeah.
If they do your SEO, the reason they want to do your website, if it's a legit company, is because they know they can build your website for SEO.
Yep.
Because truly, the headings and everything have to be SEO.
Yep.
And so that's not. What company was that?
It was the one on your.
That was on your.
Get Found Fast.
That's the one that was on it.
Is that the one on there?
They're not bad
That's
people. They're good people.
Yeah.
Right, Mark? They're good people.
No, out of all the other people we looked at, they were the most reasonable price.
Now, there's another one, Native Rank, I was going to give you.
Okay.
But again,
Native Rank?
Yeah. I'll give you a contact. You try both of them.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's talk to Steve over at Approval Reverse. This is Steve Watson with Approval Reverse. You work with Joan Sullivan, Steve?
That is correct.
I didn't realize you worked with Joan Sullivan. How long you been at Approval?
Oh, my gosh. I've been with them 10 or 12 years.
Are you the Steve Watson everyone knows?
No, I'm not.
Okay, good.
That guy's the fake Steve Watson.
That's funny. Okay. Now, hold on a sec. I want to talk about Lisa. She owes back taxes of about $6,000, but she has a lot of equity. She has $480,000 home approximately with no loan and no and it shows, so it's pure equity, but she owes $6,000 in taxes. Can she structure a line of credit where the first draw at closing pays those taxes, or will they not allow her to do that?
Are those property taxes on the property?
Yes.
Okay. When she goes through closing, the title company will check with the county, and they will pay those property taxes out of her funds the day she closes.
Oh, so she doesn't have to come up with the money up front?
No. They'll say you're behind, and they'll pay those taxes.
Ah, okay. Then she has to pay them every year after that. Now, can she take those payments out of her line of credit?
Yeah, she could do that. The other thing, too, Tom, is on a reverse, if you've been delinquent for the last 2 years on home property charges, property tax, homeowners insurance, stuff like that, they want to set aside an escrow to pay those. And on a reverse, that's an escrow for the rest of the life expectancy of that borrower.
Wait a minute. So they will, because she's been behind on taxes, they take out the $6,000 she owes. Then, if she's 62, how much are your taxes, Lisa, every year?
$2,500.
$2,500. So they'll take out $2,500 times, let's say, 20 or more.
And what? Yeah. So what they do now in that case, that's a bunch of money. That's $50,000. But they put it into the credit line, and that money grows.
They don't. Okay. So they don't actually draw it out.
They set it in a reserve.
Okay, so it's a freeze, but she doesn't pay interest on it.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, in fact, the reverse is true. She's only going to pay tax on the $6,000, and then the other unused balance grows every year to how much?
Well, they'll keep it in there, and it will grow at the same rate as the credit line grows. And the credit line happens to grow at the same exact rate as the loan balance does. So the money will be there. When she gets her property tax in the future, she sends that to the servicer, and they pay it.
Unless she wants to pay it. She can pay it directly, too, if she's working.
No. Well, she can pay it if she's working, but they're going to set aside those funds. When she closes, they're going to set aside those funds and say, you can't have access to these because we've escrowed them for your property taxes in the future.
I get it. So, but she can pay that down anytime she wants if she wanted to.
Yes.
Okay. So, Lisa, that sounds like a pretty decent way to go.
I wonder how can she qualify if she doesn't have a job? And if she does have a job, how long do you have to be employed?
Yeah. What are the qualifications for a reverse?
For qualifications on the reverse, you have to show that you have enough money to be able to pay your regular bills every month. If you don't have enough money, then they do that escrow set-aside that I just explained to you. They want to make darn certain that in the future, funds are set aside for property tax and homeowners insurance.
Those are the only two you have to qualify to pay. They don't see if you have enough money for car, insurance, food, and all of that, do they?
I think it's those two things plus $500, right?
Plus $500.
I thought that's what Jones.
Whatever. There is a qualification of certain income, right? Or money.
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Yes, there is.
How long do you have to have the job, though? Going back to that question, or the income.
Typically, they want to know you've had that job for at least a year.
Lisa, how long you been working?
Year.
Okay.
1 year.
Okay. Now, the worst case scenario, Lisa, is that they escrow. That you don't pay tax, you're not paying interest on it, but they set aside that amount, but that's for your protection. You don't have to use it, you can pay it yourself, but they set it aside.
And it accrues interest?
It accrues interest in your favor, not against you. The only time you pay interest on it, or actually it accrues interest against you, or it grows the balance of the amount due, is if you use it. If it's just sitting there as a reserve, you're not paying your interest on it.
Okay.
So, see, you really don't. Like, if you have let's say you're qualified for about $145,000, okay? At your age with 480. Steve, I was figuring she might qualify for 30% loan at 62, or is it more?
I would say at least 45, 40. I'd say 45.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay. So that money sits there, Lisa, and the money available grows to you every year, and unless you use it, you don't pay interest on it. And when you do use it, you pay interest only on that amount. So you may want to talk to them. An approval reverse mortgage is 303-771-3528. That's 303-771-3528. By the way, Tiffany says the state's not recognizing that her daughter exists, that she has an identity also. Joseph, squirrels in the attic, and he needs insulation. We know all about that stuff. And we also have Premier with us. Who is Premier? Well, these are some young men I talked about, and I really am so happy we have them here. Premier Window Cleaning and Pressure Washing. And, you may not be getting that done now in the winter, although there's no reason not to. They come back and do a follow-up even. But, guys, I want to talk to you about this. You started this, Tyler, right?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Out of high school, is that right?
Correct.
Now, why? You didn't go to college, you bum. No, I'm serious. So many kids don't understand that there are entrepreneurs out there that don't go to college and do quite well. So why did you decide to go into business?
Yeah, I just wanted something a little bit different. I didn't want to be just like everybody else that goes to college, gets gets a 9-to-5 job. I wanted to be something different. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to make my own hours. I wanted to live life how I wanted to.
Why did you pick Windows?
Because it's the one thing that's essential. It's the one thing that year in and year out everybody needs. There's windows. If you go through Denver, there's windows everywhere.
And then pressure washing. Why pressure washing?
Because pressure washing is becoming a huge thing all over, just everywhere in the U.S. Pressure washing kind of blew up over like the last 2 years. And we were on the bandwagon before it kind of blew up.
All right, so you got out of high school, started your own company right out of high school.
Yep, correct.
How'd you learn what to do?
Trial and error.
And then how'd you hoodwink Nick into this, your buddy, Nick?
Oh, man, I've been friends with Nick for, how long have we been together? How long have we been friends?
Since what? Years.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you said, you want to come in with me?
Yeah, and I looked at him, I said, you want to make some money? And he said, well, yeah. I said, you want to build something for yourself? He says, yeah. I was like, you tired of working, just a 9-to-5 job, hours hit or miss? I was like, you want to actually make some money?
That's
said,
cool.
Yeah. And
that's
I said,
really
let's get into it. So let's run with everything we got. And we kind of just started running with it.
All right, well, we'll talk about that because I often wondered about some of the magic we can use. And you don't mind helping do-it-yourselfers either, although, I'm talking about for a window here and there or some shower glass or something. By the way, when they do your house, they do every piece of glass you have, every piece of glass inside and out. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
I got to follow up on that Nissan. The guy
on the Suzuki?
Yeah.
I want to look at that. I was just going to look at that. Are these the ones I have? Home Vesters, Mile High, they're the same ones? You gonna put them in there?
Oh, Tom, I want to talk to you as well. Bring up DIYers. So this is kind of cool. This is kind of something new. So DIYers, like people that do it yourself. We figured out. So I've been working on it. We built all of our own soap line right now.
Your what?
We built our own soap line.
That you leave with people.
You make your own stuff.
So we're
gonna try to clean through the roof.
Yep. So pressure washing soaps, window cleaning soaps, everything. We're putting on like products and stuff like that, getting all the bottles and everything ready, so that we can actually start selling to what's it called.
I just got to do these spots.
That's pretty cool.
That is great.
Yeah, we just got. Let me see if I got a picture of it.
This is of urgency
when it comes to restoration. A lot of people have had smoke damage, partial burn damage. They need help restoring their property, or maybe a mold, or somebody had a meth lab in one of your rentals, or you had a flood or a fire, maybe an unintended death, even a crime. American Restoration is a company you can trust. Why do I say that? Because most restoration companies, unfortunately, you can't trust. But Rock and his crew have all of the certifications from EPA and otherwise that you need. They can remediate floods in a few hours and start getting rid of all the harmful bacteria and molds. They can remediate almost any dangerous substance, and they have turnkey solutions as well if you want them. They'll do as little or as much as you want because they are great people at American Restoration. The ones I would use in my home. 8337 AM REST. That's AM REST. It stands for American Restoration. Online, amrest247.com. 8337 AM REST. You know someone else I really like? He was here for Car Day. Kevin Calkin. I call him Uncle Kevin because he's a big burly guy and friendly, and he does a great job with his customers. They treat him. He treats them like family. They treat him like a cherished uncle. I'm not kidding, man. You will love Sheridan Auto Tech. Honesty and integrity, plus longevity, convenience, value. 2 locations, Colfax and Lakewood, Havana and Aurora. You can go see more at SheridanAutotech.com. Don't you want someone like that attending to your car? Major or minor repairs and electrical issues. 303-455-7242. 455-7242. And someone else who I really cherish, Buddy Mitchell. Buddy and Karen Mitchell, the floor covering experts at Simply Floors, Inc. They have so many carpets to choose from in any price range, whether you want to go for your rental, your fix and flip, or your dream home. And then they have design consultants they provide free of charge, and they help you coordinate whatever floors you buy, whether it be LVT, hardwoods. They have it all. Simply Floors, Inc. That's INC. Make your own appointment there. Simply Floors, Inc.com.
Big news from my...
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it and I hit it twice.
They introduced what she called the COVID selling protection program. That's where the buyer pays all of the commission, saving you
COVID seller.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah, right.
That seller relief program was such a huge success and changed the game.
So we got Jack Hamlin out there and
Jack Hammy, I know. He's been in here a few times.
yeah, he's in the YouTube box right now.
All of the commission. So to be clear, as a seller, you pay zero in commission. That's because Gay has thousands of buyers and her buyers.
Jack from Sterling Ranch says hello.
How often do you guys have guests like come into the actual studio? Is it every day you'll have a guest come in? Or
Almost.
Okay.
Our people from our referral list.
Yeah.
In other words, you.
Yeah, you want to see my little setup for all the soaps right now?
So what is the name? Premieres?
No, we have it as Melt right now.
Melt?
Melt
Yeah.
Chemicals. So this is like our little setup. We got a 45-gallon trash bin that we plumbed a bulkhead into, and then we took a drill, like a Milwaukee drill, we bent a piece of like rebar so we could stir it all. So you just put it inside there, you click the drill, it stirs all the chemicals. So we make big old 45-gallon batches. And then put them in those 5 gallons.
Oh, 5 gallons?
Yep, 5 gallons. I got 5 gallons of it. I got 1 gallon, and then I have 8-ounce little like bottles for window cleaning soap, so that you can throw it into like
and
a
it's
bucket.
your special formulation.
Yeah, it's a good stuff.
It's a great idea.
And no one knows what it is besides us. Because it's a special formula, I can't be releasing that.
Shark Tank. Go on Shark Tank.
Oh man, I don't know if I can do that. I get nervous enough coming in here.
Go on Shark Tank, you'll be selling $1 million in 2 months.
Literally. No, but it's been super, super cool. I just started like, I was sitting there one day and I was like, man, how can we like reach people? Because not everybody wants to get their windows done. There's a lot of people that want to do it themselves. So I was like, how can we get out to those people?
Is it doing well? Have you told?
We just started it. Like probably.
I gotta put that down on your copy here.
Yeah, probably like a month ago we started it, and we just started running with it, and started figuring out like all the different chemicals and what different chemicals do, and then
let's call it their own cleaning solutions.
Yeah.
Their own line of cleaning solutions.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I'm hoping to start getting it like out to like Florida, stuff like that, where those guys are pressure washing heavily out there, because they have like organic dough.
So you do 5 gallons or what? 5 gallons?
5 gallons or 1 gallon of pressure washing soap, and then we do 8-ounce bottles of window cleaning soap.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right. So Mark Tusler wants to know what you.
So pressure washing comes in 5 gallons.
5 gallons and 1 gallon. And then we'll sell window cleaning soap and 8 ounces and 1 gallon.
His only word was.
Hi, Tom Martino.
Your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Let's go back to the phones here. And Tiffany, what is happening with you, Tiffany? Welcome to the show. What's going on? Are you there, Tiffany? I don't hear Tiffany. Okay. I'm just going to go now to Joseph. Joseph, welcome to the show. What's going on?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for the call.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Squirrel in the attic. I'll give it to you, and you can ask me all the questions.
Squirrel in the attic. Okay, go ahead.
Wintertime. I just confirmed there's a squirrel up there. Referral list partners who can help. Any advice? How to keep them out from here? We have to replace insulation, so...
Now, we had a referral from one of our referral list members, I believe, because he didn't do it directly, but he gave us the name of somebody who was really good. Suze, we don't directly have, or Mark, do we directly have pest control for small critters?
Yeah, but I don't think squirrels, and I think you are right. The guys over at Black Widow gave us a name.
Maybe Suze can find out who that referral is from our referral list member.
Black Widow only does, well, I mean, they do every kind of bug you can imagine, but I think they only do mice.
Yeah, there's some reason they didn't do squirrel, but I'm looking it up right now, and see what we can find out. But if you call Paul over at Black Widow Exterminators, he's really good. He might have that referral on the tip of his tongue, or we'll try to get it for you. Is this? Do you know if you have more than one?
I only saw one. He really wasn't concerned about me poking a flashlight in. But he's dug tunnels, made a huge mess everywhere.
Oh, yeah. They can do a lot of damage, honest to goodness. And it's really important you eradicate that.
Yes, we're going to need to clean up, remove insulation, put new insulation back in, hoping you guys had someone who
Now,
could
we have
call me.
insulation people for sure, really good insulation people on the referral list.
Okay.
Yeah, so make sure you, we have that for sure. So if I put
What about R49, Tom?
This woman knows more. I forget her name, but she knows more about insulation than anybody I've ever met.
Okay, we're looking, well, we have Best Way Installation.
That's them.
Best Way. Now we have Rocky Mountain Retro Foam. They don't really do the attics, though. They do walls. But, yeah, I would call Best Way. She is really great. Best Way Insulation. They're in Lafayette, but they serve the entire Front Range. They have a 5-star rating with us. And they're really good. So thanks for the call. Let us know if you need anything else. 303-713-TALK. Now, Joseph, we found out the name of that guy. And we ought to try to get him on the referral list, Mark. It's AGD Varmint Control. That's the one. That's the one Paul over at Black Widow Exterminators recommends. And we had him at our house. He's really good. He determined, I'm going to give you the number too. He determined that ours was not on the inside, it was on the outside. And it was making noise. And he knew from the noise where it was coming from. It's like crazy. He's like some, crazy squirrel whisperer. Anyway, here's his number, 303-748-8879. 303-748-8879. 8879. So let us know how it goes. All right, so we have Premier Window Cleaning and Pressure Washing with us. They've also come out with their own line of cleaning fluids or cleaning solutions if you want to do it yourself, and that's cool. We'll talk about that. They have a proprietary window cleaning solution, 8 ounces in 1 gallon, or pressure washing fluid at 1 gallon or 5 gallons. And that you can do stuff yourself, or, of course, you can always call them. They're at 303-564-5574. That's Premier Window Cleaning Denver.org. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-TALK.
I got a quick Zoom I got to do. Good. Did things work out today? With the, I thought you had a meeting today about... yeah. Did it work? Yeah, let me tell you, I had a great meeting with Brenda and David. Good.
What are you supposed to want to have
they don't like jelly. Oh, no. Man. You have no idea. Yeah, but it's iHeart's products. So what do they say about it? I know. Do they discourage it, basically? Oh, they hate it. But is it taking up inventory, or is it moving clients, stealing clients? There's a million ways they hate it. There's no reason. They hate it. I mean, whoo, hate it. Hate it.
Like a passionate hate.
When I told them the pricing I had on this last one with Get Found, they're just, they're scratching their heads, man. It's like, how does that even happen? Or not Get Found, simply. All right, I'll be back. I won't be long. It's about 15-minute Zoom. It's on the referral list, some changes. Oh, good.
This is thing. I went to the bathroom this morning. I took a joke, and I wiped my Biden.
Oh, God. It cracked me up.
NATO just magic is putting extra forces on standby and sending additional ships and fighters.
I haven't been keeping up with the news recently.
Don't.
So depressing. All it is negative.
Not only is it depressing and negative, it's absolutely convoluted. I mean, you can put 3 channels up and watch the same story, get 3 completely different spins, but none of them gave you the facts.
Literally, I didn't even pay attention to anything. Sports, anything. We had a baby November 20th. So I've been like, yeah, had a new little boy. So I've been sitting there, I'm all,
you got somebody to get a company to now.
I'm like looking at this little dude, I'm all, hey man, you ready to go to work or what? Like, let's go, bro.
Nah, he said, nah, I'm not ready to go to work, but you are.
I swear to God, by the time it's time to go to bed, I close my eyes, they're back open in 2 seconds, and it's time to go to work. I'm like, golly. I didn't pay attention to nothing going on. I don't even know. Apparently, Carhartt released. Did you guys hear the whole thing with Carhartt?
For what?
Was how Carhartt released that they all their
mandate. They're gonna have a vaccine mandate February 14th, and like, so there's a CEO that said it. Carhartt, the
clothing brand.
Oh, okay.
And apparently they released that, and I guess everybody's burning all their Carhartt clothes.
And I don't know why they would do that. They know that 90% of their market are blue-collar workers that are probably not with the vaccine mandate, and they're making it like they pretty much released a statement. If you don't have the vaccine, you're getting fired.
Oh my goodness.
All of a sudden, I'm looking at my Carhartt clothes, and I'm all, shit. I'm like, I spent way too much money on this. I ain't burning it like that, bud.
Jack Hamlin is saying hi to you guys.
Jack Hamlin?
Yeah.
Oh, we just did his house. I don't even. Well, we were there 2 weeks or something like that. Jack's cool. He's sweet.
Oh man, that's my dude.
Yeah, dude, he's so sweet. He said he when I went and met up with him, gave him an estimate. He said he's been in here a ton. Says he comes in all the time. He's a super cool dude. What does he do with it? Sweet. What he owned an oil company, right?
Did you own it? What were you guys doing, man? Yeah, they were selling oil or something.
Yeah.
One way or another.
He's a cool dude.
Jack the one that did all the interior when he was gone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
That's how we went and did all the interior up in Littleton or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever that was. That dude's sweet. You guys on like a Skype call? You guys on like a Skype call again?
No. Okay. What I'm doing here is I've got Facebook and YouTube, and I'm streaming the show to Facebook and YouTube. The visuals is the cameras in here, and like right now, instead of listening to commercials, they're listening to you. Talk to Jack.
That's sweet. That's freaking cool.
There he is right there.
So this is all live on what? YouTube and what'd you say?
YouTube and Facebook. Right
oil and gas. The oil-filled abandoned Carhartt. You got to give us some good some other companies to go through, because I don't know any other good companies that have some good wintertime stuff. Looking at my car and stuff, I'm all, man, I never found a jacket that keeps me warm in like 0-degree weather.
Get it.
I don't even know though. All I've ever worn is Carhartt. That's what I was looking at. I was like, oh shit. I was like going through Facebook and everything. I was seeing everybody like burning their stuff. Or they're like taking like, the little squares, like taking razor blades and like cutting out the squares.
I don't even know the brand. I've never heard of it.
It's definitely like a blue collar, like working brand. Like they sell a lot of
like Dickies. That kind of stuff.
Most definitely. Okay. So it's all like heavy like hoodies and stuff like that. And it's really, it's quality built clothing if you're outside working with your hands and stuff like that every day. Super quality built clothes. But they published that thing, and I was like, oh man. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, they pissed off there.
They pissed everybody off. I didn't even know what was going on. I was like, everybody's burning. Should I burn my stuff too? I'm like, what do I do with this?
Man, set that shit aside. Wait for the roll back. And then come back and then bust out with your throwbacks.
Everybody burnt all their stuff. They come back and they're all right. They took down the mandate.
They got that vintage.
They got the old school one. I feel like we don't even have that no more. Yeah, I don't even know. Half my clothes are what's it called? No, probably like 90% of my clothes are Carhartt. I ain't got nothing to wear. I'm walking out of my underwear. I got underwear that's Carhartt too.
Okay, yep. You guys got a website up yet for your cleaning stuff? You got people want to buy it now.
Are you serious?
I I want more information on how to buy their cleaning liquid for the DIY people if you're local in small amounts.
Tell them we don't have a website up right now. Okay. So we're working on the website right now for the soap company. If you want to go through our website, premierwindowcleaningdenver.org.
By the way, I'm going to hook you up with that guy, and I want you to talk, and then I want you to make a choice, your own choice based on what you heard, because both companies are good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if they want to reach out to the website,
no, they seem
our website.
No, they did definitely. I mean, we had 2 meetings with them.
Call my phone number.
And I don't know, the way they were explaining it, they're like, it takes a good 3-4 months to kind of start seeing anything come from it. And, you know, when we were talking, we were like, we kind of want to have capital set aside where we can actually like put the money into it and not like do it in pieces. They're like, you could actually just start the website, maybe get some of that SEO running just on the beginning. If you need to, you can always start like paying more on the back end. And we're like, honestly, let's just wait, give us 3-4 months, let us build up our capital and have some funds to move with and just go full in with it, because it is
really nice.
We're gonna have to do it at some point.
Young folks seriously talking about building. That shit is hot.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show.
303-713-TALK. 713-8255. This hour brought to you by WaterPros.net. I love WaterPros for what they do. Free water tests without fear and the best systems anywhere for the lowest prices. I'm not kidding. And you have my word on that, and I want you to give me feedback. WaterPros.net. Paul the Waterman. Whether you want a fountain, never buy bottled water again, that's under $1,000 fully installed. It blows me away how inexpensive it is. We had a woman that had a quote for like $4,000 for that. He gets it under $1,000. Then a whole house system under $2,000. Paul, that's what Paul does it for. Other companies are selling them for $6,000 and $8,000. That's waterpros.net. Free water testing too. Now let's talk to you. What's on your mind today, Tina? Okay, Tina is the one who originally, it was about the moving problem. Meaning that Tina's mom called us, artists, and wanted to get help. Smarty Marty, our deputy Smarty Pants, we call him, who spends part of the year in Florida, happens to be in Florida, and it was a Florida broker, and they called us for help, and Smarty Marty called them and basically hounded him. We really thought it was a lost cause because the scam worked. And trust me when I tell you, this would have been a scam. It might still be partial scam, but it started with a broker, a nameless, faceless broker in Florida, and that's where they all start. Then they sell the contract to anyone. They don't care who they sell it to. Then the contract is purchased, then they go to pick up the stuff and give you a song and a dance and collect more money up front, so now you pay twice. Then they pass it on to a third person, and each time they do that, they get money for that. And the third person then threatens to keep your stuff if you don't pay even more money to get it out of storage. So, Tina, are you giving us an update? Because I think they delivered today, right, Tina? Nope. Okay. No. Tina? Suze, was Tina there from Florida? She's not there.
No, she's in Mississippi.
Mississippi, I meant, yeah. Tina, are you there? Somehow, she's not there. What was the update she was going to give us? I really don't have time to wait for her.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Oh, no.
They only delivered half the stuff is hers. About half half her stuff is missing, and the other half is, some of it's not even hers.
Oh, my God.
She paid them in full, and
she paid them when they pulled up?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Or else they weren't going to unload the truck.
And they unloaded some other people's stuff.
That's correct. Some of it was hers, some of it wasn't, but the guy says, the mover says, I'll be back in 8 days, and I said, he'll never be back. He's not. Why would he be back? He got the money.
How much did she pay? I'm trying to get Tina. Are you there? Tina, hello? No, she's not there. How much did she? How much did she pay?
I believe last I heard was close to $3,000. extra in addition to whatever.
So she paid originally, then she paid the second guy, then she paid
I believe there was an original fee, and then I don't know about a middle fee, but
there was a middle fee, yeah, and now the last fee.
So she wants to know what her legal ramifications are.
Well, my God, you go after a bum, what do you get? I mean, really, at some point you got to call it. You got to call it done. How much is her stuff frickin' worth? It's not even worth it. She's already buried in bad money, going after trying to find something. I mean, she's just paid too much good money. I mean, after bad.
Tom, she doesn't even have a written contract, so the mover could say anything he wants. Right?
Yes.
There's no written contract. There's nothing to say what her stuff is. What is her remedy?
There's no remedy. You know what, Smarty? The other bad thing about this is the Interstate Commerce Commission is about as useless as a ballless horse. I mean, you can't do anything. No, seriously, it's as far as breeding. No. I'm just saying the Interstate Commerce Commission they don't enforce anything. In fact, in general, there's no enforcement of consumer stuff. That's why I went on Nextdoor and tried to let people know about scams. Of course, just because it's like everyone is under the impression there's something you can do about it. And there's not. In fact, yeah, go ahead.
This goes back to what you said a week ago, that sometimes it's better to sell your stuff and then buy new stuff. Unless there's some sentimental value, take it yourself.
That's right, or ship it. Ship stuff like a box of documents go by FedEx. I mean, there are things you can do that are smart and things you do that are stupid. It's really too bad.
If there's some expensive stuff, you put it in your own car and you take it yourself.
That's right. That's right. Smarty Marty, how do you move when you move? You're a smart guy. How did you move?
Well, when I first moved to Colorado, half the year in Colorado, I shipped a lot of my stuff, like dishes and pots and pans and stuff like that. I shipped through UPS, and that's what I did. But I didn't move much anything else because I just duplicated everything in Colorado.
Exactly.
I have a car in Colorado. I have a car in Florida. I have clothes in Colorado. I have clothing here. So it's just I get on a plane and I get off the plane and that's it. And in hindsight, I wouldn't even have shipped the dishes. It wasn't worth it. I should have just bought dishes there. So I agree that you sell your stuff and then buy new stuff.
All right. Thank you very much. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Did you want to talk to Doc, Smarty Pants?
No, I have a follow-up for you.
All right. Oh, okay. Turn on is your mic on, bro? Deputy Doc wants to talk about this follow-up. Now, here's what happened. We had a call from somebody who said, let me get it here. They took their Suzuki with 200,000 miles into all-around auto care. They said they were having a problem with their ECM and throttle positioning sensor. How they know that, I don't know, but that's all right. They were quoted $300 for the diagnostic.
You told them that.
Okay, I know, but I don't know how he knew.
Well,
so he went in and got a $300 diagnostic. Now they're telling him he has major engine problems, including a new head gasket and fuel injectors. So I want to know what's going on with that. He said he can get a mechanic that says that was in near perfect condition just 3 weeks ago, and they can't believe all that's wrong. So did you talk first to the mechanic that said it was in perfect condition?
Well, he didn't say it was in perfect condition. I asked him if it needed a head gasket and fuel injection, and he said no, they were in good shape when he examined the car.
Okay.
So I called up All Around Auto Care, and I asked him if he would talk to me, and he said, I'm not talking to you. I'm only talking to the owner.
Okay.
If you want to deal with me, have him call me.
All right. So did you tell that? Is the owner calling him?
Well, Cleveland has to call All Around Auto Care.
Yeah, but they won't release his car.
Well, I told Cleveland, I said, look, it doesn't matter. If you paid your bill, it doesn't matter what shape the car is in. You have every right to take it out of there. They can't hold it in ransom if you paid your bill. But he sounded very nasty. He's one of these guys that, doesn't want to talk, doesn't want to give his side of the story. So if it were me, I would stay away from all-around auto care.
I would too, based on this. And here's the thing. It sucks that they're holding his car hostage. So now...
Well, they can't.
Sometimes, could you call Norris? He's probably listening. Norris, SOS Inspections. I remember one time a shop wouldn't let a car out because of brakes. And I think you said that might make sense. I'm not sure what the law says on that or the liability. But they could claim liability issues. But if the brakes are fine, the frame's fine, and, even liability issues, I don't know how you're liable for just giving somebody their property back. But we should explore that at least. I mean, I don't want people to be held hostage. Okay? I don't want people to be held hostage. Hold on. More coming up.
On this and everything else in your life.
Goodland, Kansas, 1976.
I wouldn't go to the sky if you threw a gun to my head.
He sounds like a piece of shit, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
We're still going strong. If you want to sell your farm, ranch, hunting property, needing a land valuation, or in a position to purchase your...
Okay, guys, in a little while, I just have 2 spots coming up, so...
741-832. That's 866-741-832.
I'm enjoying this. This is cool.
Hayden Outdoors is the brand that sells the land.
I've told you how core
scans can detect soft plaque as a direct indicator of heart disease and risk of stroke. That alone should have you go there for $189. And the great news is if they find something, there are treatments covered by insurance that takes care of it and can even reverse it. So heart disease and stroke can be a choice. 720-740-2663. Corescans.com. Now, let me just say this. They also have a scan to detect the early stages of aneurysms. Do you understand? That's sudden death. Aneurysms. And they can detect in your core the early stages. Please call them now. 720-740-2663. 720-740-2663. If you want to get a price for your countertops, call theartofgranite.com with a description, and he'll give you a price. Why? Because he knows he doesn't charge more than wholesale for materials, whether it be granite, natural stone, or any man-made surface. He also knows he does the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. And he also knows that he only charges for fabrication and installation. Tear out and hallways free. So, call theartofgranite.com and get your price. I've known Mitch for many years. You can depend on him. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919.
So many people have told...
For example, the Fortune makes you a cash offer for your home. And when your home sells, an easy home sale or the best price for your home. Let me tell you about Rudy, a recent Orchard customer. Rudy's home sold on the market.
Are you looking at the two that just Google Analytics?
$1,000 above his cash offer. Had he gone to a home buying company, he would have missed out on that extra money. But with Orchard, he got more cash at closing. Rudy's story isn't unique. 99 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than...
It's like the most complicated maze you'll ever have to figure out in your life. It's like
What?
Google?
Oh.
I hate Google. I hate it.
If you're thinking about selling, or just curious what
Yeah, they're starting to be like Microsoft bloatware.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get overcharged. At High Insurance, we're on a mission to save them. This time, you can and you can save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. If you like savings, take 3 minutes to see how much you can save at tryhigh.com. High makes workers' comp insurance as easy as High, with friendly representatives just a call away.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where the soap company goes. I'm excited to see kind of where the soap company goes. It's going to be kind of cool.
Cool. Be a more passive way.
I got a buddy that sells chemicals. He sells soaps and solvents and power washing solutions and stuff like that. He doesn't. I don't know if he makes his or if he has a formulator, but he's been doing it for years. He's banging.
Yeah. Does he sell mostly to consumers, or is it to other companies?
He sells to other companies, car washes.
I didn't think about that.
Service stations.
Just on a big scale.
He's delivering 55-gallon drums of shit to people.
Holy smokes! Yeah, I was thinking about it. We were sitting there one day, and I was like, man, how do we reach the people that don't want someone to come out and do it? The guys that want to grab a squeegee and try to get after it. And I was like, man, let's see if we can go somewhere. Might be pocket cash, but who knows? Could be more. So at least they'll try to help people out that want to get them good stuff inside their hands if they want to do it by themselves. There's so many rip-off soaps that are out there right now. It's insane.
With the new year comes new ways to save big. Local Credit Union is offering 1% APY on a 24-month CD on balances of $500 or more. That's right, 1% APY on a 24-month CD. To get that higher rate, you typically need to be in a longer term. Stop by any Belco branch, call 1-800-BELCO-1, or visit belco.org/CD to open a CD online in minutes. Belco membership is required. Conditions and restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA. Belco, banking for everyone. This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast, now with a free drink with any breakfast sandwich purchase.
Plenty of sunshine with temperatures in the mid to upper 40s for today. A little bit of a breeze, and then snow within late tonight, and then right in time for the
winter. So, interesting enough, the other thing is, kill that mic for a second.
Coffee, Diet Coke, or Vanilla Frosted-Chino? Yes, free. Get your free drink when you buy a Wendy's breakfast sandwich today. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Don't forget Genesis Total Exteriors for your storm damage. They can do it all. Any wind damage, any fire damage, or fringe damage from the fire, they can do it all on one invoice. Outbuildings, gutters, fencing, roofing, windows. They can even do interior stuff. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. All right, now, Tina is back with us. Tina is the victim of this moving situation. It started out hiring a broker out of Florida. The number one mistake people make in all of these moving scams is they hire a broker, and 99% of them are out of Florida. For some reason, the scams originate in Florida. The brokers have no trucks. They have nothing. They could be sitting in a basement somewhere in their underwear, and what they do is they get the contract, they make you pay up front, then they sell that contract to someone else. Upon paying that, selling the contract to someone else, that person now gets more money from you, saying it's more than they expected. Then they give it to someone else and sells it. And each time it changes hands, they make money. Then the other mover either doesn't deliver at all until you call, or they call you. Whatever it is, they want even more money. That's what happened in this case. Deputy Smarty Pants got involved to even get them to deliver. They delivered today, Tina, and what happened?
Well, they took my money up front, because you have to give them money before they'll unload the truck. And then he tells me, because they started taking stuff off the truck that wasn't mine, and then he tells me, oh, not all my stuff is here. And he wouldn't give me no money or anything back, and he left.
But didn't they even give you other people's stuff?
They were trying, yeah, and I'm like, that's not mine, so I made him put it back on the truck.
Oh, good.
And yeah, so now I'm out all the money and don't know if I'm ever going to get the rest of my stuff.
No, you won't. How much total have you paid for this move?
Let's see, 6, 10, almost $12,000.
Can you believe this? And how much truly would it cost to replace your stuff? Be honest here. Used stuff, how much?
Everything around $35,000.
Oh,
and
okay.
That's not the whole number.
By the way, I doubt it. I'm not going to argue with you, Tina, but I doubt you have $35,000 worth of stuff.
Well, now I don't.
No. Okay. I don't want to be at odds with you because I want to help you. But tell me what is worth $35,000 that you had. Go room by room with me.
Well, what we did have, are not including what they delivered.
I want to know everything they picked up. I want to know how it's worth $35,000. Give me a room. Give me a room. Okay, give me a dining room. How much was your dining room set worth?
Oh, we didn't even bring a dining room.
Okay, give me your living room. What was in the living room? You said you had $35,000 worth of stuff. Now, listen, I outfitted my condo when I had one years ago at H&R, one of the most expensive places you can go, not even close to $35,000. I need to know how old was your stuff in general? Because I think the reason I'm doing this with you is so other people listening, they understand that most of the time they're overvaluing what they have and would be better off not moving it. It would be better off getting rid of it and buying new stuff. But I might be wrong. And Tina, this is not to make you look bad. This is honest to God, a true inquiry. I promise you. What made up the $35,000?
Well, let's see. We'll start in the master bedroom. So just our master bed, our bed, we had a sleep number bed, was $8,000.
Yeah, okay. What do you think? How old is that sleep number bed?
2 years old.
Okay, that sleep number bed is probably worth $3,000, but let's give it $8,000. Okay, what else?
We have a bedroom set that we paid $6,000 for 3 years ago.
It's not worth. Okay. So $6,000 and $8,000. You're giving me full retail, which, by the way, it's not worth full retail. But let's go with it. $6,000 plus $8,000. Go ahead.
Oh, well, when I'm going on, okay, if I had to replace this stuff, this is about as much as it's going to cost. Because inflation and everything. So now I know.
But now you have, listen, you would have had, listen what you would have had. You would have had the money for selling the stuff plus another $12,000 on top of it is what you would have had to buy new stuff. You would have been better off not moving it, but I don't want to argue with you. The truth is, Tina, there's no recovery from this. In fact, we are lucky that Deputy Smarty Pants was able to retrieve anything of yours. I want everyone to hear this. This is a typical scam in moving. In fact, the odds are you will get ripped off when moving, not the other way around. There's more of a chance of getting ripped off than in any other field. Restoration is another one. Two fields where you're most likely going to get ripped off than not. Moving and restoration. It is deplorable. Deplorable. And this goes to show it. Poor Tina now has nothing. She is missing, Tina, you're missing a sleep number bed that you just bought a couple years ago. Now where is it? Do they know, Tina?
Well, that's here. I don't know if all of it's here.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness you got that. Did you get your bedroom?
I don't know if all the parts are here to put my bed back together, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm missing a dresser.
God. What do they say about it? What do these scumbags say about it?
He said he didn't have enough room on the truck.
Did he say he would be back?
Well, yeah.
Do you think, but he got all his money, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, I'm so upset. This is why. This is why.
I don't even think she has an inventory list.
This is why I post articles to try to help people. She doesn't even have she has no written contract at all.
He could actually say there was no dresser.
Norris with SOS Inspection. SOS Inspections. He's been with me for years. They check out cars before you buy them. They also will check out a single item if you want to get a diagnosis and you don't want to be ripped off. Hey, Norris, my quick question to you. We got this clown over at All Around Auto, took in a car. The guy wanted him to look at the ECM and throttle positioning sensor. Listen, I don't even fault the guy for looking at more. He charged him $300 for diagnosis, but now says he can't get his car because it's dangerous, because he needs fuel injectors and head gasket. Not that it needs brakes or anything else. And we have a mechanic who looked at it 2 weeks ago, saying it was in pretty good condition. Can someone hold a car hostage because they say it's not safe?
No, they can't. Not in Colorado.
Okay.
They may be able to do that in Michigan.
Okay.
But not in this state.
We got to go after. He needs to get a police officer. Let's get Cleveland back on the phone. Norris, this is crazy. Have you heard of this happening before where they're holding a car hostage? Now, he didn't do the repairs. He's saying it needs it. And if you don't buy them, we're keeping your car.
That's fraud. You can't do that.
You can't do it. You can't do it. And according to this other mechanic, they created the problem. So thank you, Norris. Do you have a number for them, Deputy Doc, for all-around auto care? Folks, you need to give them a live review on what you think of this. Here's what they did. They took that car in. They charged $300 for diagnosis and now say, you can't have your car back unless you agree to have it fixed with us. Listen, that is what they are saying. They are holding his car hostage. He can't even get it back. How much do they want for all the repairs?
I didn't ask because it wasn't relevant, but their number is 720.
Hold on. 720.
927.
927.
5443.
5443. That's all around ripoff auto. All around auto ripoff care. That's all around auto ripoff care. 720 927 5443. 720 927 5443. We gave him an opportunity to come on the air. He doesn't want to. Why? Because in my opinion, he is a thief. He took a car in and won't let it go unless the guy pays for repairs that haven't even been done.
And he wouldn't even talk to me off air.
Won't talk off air either because, in my opinion, he is a crook. Do you have the guy's name? Over at All Around Auto Care Ripoff, 720-927-5443. What's his number? Terry. That's all we know? Terry. Okay, there we go. There we go. The ripoff of ripoffs of ripoffs of ripoffs of ripoffs. That's all around auto care. 720-927-5443. Now, before you go saying, he can't do that to me, let me explain something to you, bro. First and foremost, it's my opinion. Second, I'm going based on this situation. And third, no one would disagree with me on that. You don't take a car in and refuse to let it go just because someone won't pay your inflated cost for repairs they can't even verify. So in my opinion, that makes you a crook. At All Around Auto Care, 720-927-5443. And if you're listening to this show and you don't like my style, don't listen. Because I am trying to save people from being ripped off, and I'm sick and tired of it. All Around Auto Care, 720-927-5443. Now, I don't mind them looking at it and finding things wrong. I don't mind them quoting $300 for diagnostics, but you don't force someone to have work done.
How the hell you justify that fucking shit?
630 KHOW, radio station, available everywhere.
You can't justify that shit anywhere.
Music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Now, this was sponsored by Discover.
After an early morning delay across I-70 both directions between I-270 and I-25, speeds have improved just a minor.
The Apple one?
Now making your approach towards
What? Oh, it's talking about some hours.
traffic up to full speed, no reported problem spots. As you work
You want the plug-in?
Nah.
And C470 and
This thing is junk. I've already equipped myself for its failing.
What's that thing?
Come on.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Never seen that. So it's like a laser?
Left button, right button.
Oh, okay.
Go around.
What is it for?
Huh?
What is it for?
The mouse. I just plug it in here.
and you just move it on the
If you're a
table.
valued customer, you deserve a simple gesture of appreciation from your
That's
credit card
pretty cool.
company.
Instead of a
That's what
mouse.
Discover Match is all of the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year. Discover. Exceptionally common sense.
Okay, guys, hold on.
Discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Ideal Home Loans.
For your next ideal home loan is something I can proudly say because Ideal offers things other companies just don't. Like first and foremost, the interest rate guarantee. If rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. That's right. An interest rate guarantee. You can call them for details, 303-867-7000. They also have a pre-approval, which is like a cash deal. You're approved, money set aside. They have a mini closing. So when you find the house, it's done. As long as it appraises, you have a loan, like a cash deal. IdealHomeLoans.com. You also have credit optimization. You might be approved, right? Why optimize your credit if you're already approved? Because they put you in better credit tiers by simply maybe paying down a credit card by a few bucks or correcting an address where you worked. Something that simple can put you in a better credit tier and get you better pricing. So you also have the pick your own term loan. It doesn't have to be 15 or 30. You pick whatever term you want. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000.
$70,000. That's what Matt at Paragon Services got me after my insurance company, my homeowners, told me I didn't even have a claim after a hailstorm. You need Matt. If you were affected by these Boulder County fires, you need them more than you'll ever know. That insurance company, they're not your friend. I don't care how long you've known the guy. You got to call Matt. He'll give you free advice. He'll look at what they're offering and help you out. 719-726-0020. You got to check him out. 719-726-0020.
What's all the buzz about?
Irrigation and navage. And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose is clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually,
all right, Mark, I'm just going to run to the restroom in case 3 minutes.
Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug. It's more like
so somebody wants to know if there's something they could hook up to a regular water hose to use your window cleaning product.
To use the window cleaning product?
Yeah.
Ooh, those usually tend to not work. I like those as rip-offs because we go out and clean tons and tons of those houses that have the hookups. They go right to the garden hose, they spray it on the windows, and then it looks like garbage.
You can have the best soap, but the thing that leaves those watermarks is the hard water in the water.
So your stuff doesn't work that way. You'd rather scrub it down. And
it's all by hand application for all of our soaps and stuff like that. So we tested it out. It works. The best form to use it in.
You are listening to this, right?
Hopefully they're listening. The best way to use it is on a mop, like an applicator mop for windows, and then squeegee it off. But it also works absolutely amazing with a terry cloth, and then a wet terry cloth with a solution on it, and a dry terry cloth.
I can believe that.
So it works really, really well like that. The best form, though, is, of course, putting it on an applicator mop and then applying it to the window. Yeah, so that's the best way to do it. Towel drying all your edges and stuff like that. But, I mean, it works no matter what you do. We've been testing it over and over and over, tons and tons.
You heard that direct from the Tyler mouth. It's stuff he's talking about.
Yeah, some fantastic stuff, and it smells absolutely amazing. It smells like oranges on a beach. You just snip it, and it smells. It smells so good.
Yeah. I'm thinking about springtime having you guys over ranch.
Yeah. Most definitely. So just come over here, all cleaned up.
Yeah.
So, you can do one of the house washes or what? You gonna let me do a house wash on your house? You have stucco or siding?
Siding.
Hey, Jeffrey, Mark Major over at Referral List. Hey, I had some questions, and you needed, I guess, some answers. I don't know if it's a plumber or a remodel. Well, give me a call back.
Like it takes all the oxidation off the paint, and kind of depending on how long the paint's been there.
7 years.
Yeah, it's probably got a little bit of buildup on it, but I swear it's just like washing your car, washing your car like a winter storm. It looks so good. How many square foot do you have?
303-900-8986. This tax filing season could be one for the record books.
There are thousands of dollars worth of new tax credits on the table, and Jackson Hewitt will help make sure you get every one you deserve. Tax credits for being a parent, taking care of a parent, taking classes, and so much more.
See, people think they got to replace everything new. She had used shit.
Make sure you get credit for all you do.
Yeah, she's looking at it like a homeowner's policy. She would only get ACV anyhow.
House wash, the windows, the screens.
You know what I mean?
Now, usually when I do stuff like that, my next door neighbor on this side or that side wants what I just did.
Okay, everybody price right down. Look at all three of you guys in there.
No. If you get the first tree, you'll get the next tree. That's the way that block operates.
That's absolutely amazing because I love that stuff. We've been able to like go through and do multiple different neighborhoods and like gather a ton of houses in one neighborhood, and we just do like the whole entire block.
That's the way my neighbors operate, man. It was strange. Like
Hi, Tom Martino, your
troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Bill has a comment on cars. I don't know, Bill, what is your comment on, sir?
Well, it's with that red tag. The Sears tried to pull that stuff with my son's car probably about 5 years ago.
Oh, really? In other words, they tried to tell you he couldn't take it?
They said it was red tagged. And so I told them, I'll tell you what, I'm coming down there to get the keys. If you don't give them to me, I'm calling the cops. I went down there, they gave me the keys, and I left.
Yeah. And that's
it was all bogus stuff. My son drove the car the way it was, and it needed some work, but he sold it to his boss, and his boss fixed it up. But they couldn't. They try to hold you captive.
Right, they do, and you shouldn't let them. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So, what I want to know is, and listen, I don't expect you to let go secrets on cleaning, but with windows, if people are home, and what's the biggest mistake people make with their windows? Seriously, what's the biggest mistake? And I'm talking to Premier Window Cleaning Denver, Premier Window Cleaning and Pressure Washing. These guys started out of high school. They have a thriving business, and they do a great job. We've all used them at our homes, and they clean every piece of glass. That's their thing when they come. They don't just do inside and out. They do showers and mirrors and everything, which is cool. So, Tyler, I'd like to know, what's the biggest mistake when we try to clean our own windows? I can never seem to get it right. What is the mistake we make usually? What is it?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is your solution. If you don't have a good solution that you're going to be removing the grease and grime and dirt and dust, you're never going to get it clean. That's why we formulated an absolutely amazing soap that we use.
Without being, I know you have your own solution, but is vinegar a good cleaning agent? Or is that a myth? I want to know. I know my mom used to use vinegar.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that know how to use it. Every time I've tried using it, it never works. It never works very
What is this supposed to do?
So it's
hard water?
Yeah, it's just supposed to remove light dirt and grease. It's not meant to do anything over that. Which here in Colorado, we just get a ton of contaminants that get on the windows. So it's never just grime. It's always above that and a lot worse, especially with like hard water and stuff like that.
Okay, so what about, is there something called, I need to remember the initials, TCP or something like that? What am I thinking of? I used to remember somebody saying they used something that sounded like 3 letters. Does that ring a bell?
TLC stuff to get rid of the scale.
No,
Is it CLR? CLR for like hard water?
No, it wasn't CLR, but I'm familiar with CLR. CLR, does that work too?
That's pretty good for light hard water stains. Not for like the nitty gritty stuff. You need something that has some abrasives to it.
Really?
Yeah. So we use a really like abrasive soap, and then we also we call it it's just a white pad. It's pretty much just a 3M pad, and then we actually like buff it out of the
hard water is hard to get off, isn't it?
Hard water's a pain.
Now, hard water, was it coming from the sprinklers or is it coming from rain?
Mostly the sprinklers. If you have a sprinkler that's misting on a window, or a sprinkler that's I've seen some that are directly going right at the window. They cause hard water all day, every day. And it's thick hard water.
Rain doesn't cause that?
Not in a lot of situations. We see it in a couple situations. If there's contaminants coming down off the house, we can see hard water. With getting some mineral buildup while it's running down the siding of the house. But majority of the time, it's due to your sprinklers.
All right, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. If you have any questions, by the way, on cleaning windows. Now, on pressure washing, can stucco be pressure washed, or can that be damaged? It seems to me like you could chip that. I'm not sure.
Most definitely. We use a soft wash method, which is low PSI at high volume of water. So we'll put 12 gallons of water on a house with low PSI.
But you have done stucco, no problems.
Yep, and then we came up with a soap blend that works absolutely perfect here in Denver, just because we don't get organic growth, but we get a lot of dirt and stuff like that on the siding in stucco. So we've built a soap that pulls all the dirt and contaminants out of the stucco.
What about decks?
Decks are a hard one. I know we have, what are they, the TPO decks, right? Aren't they TPO?
Are you talking about the composite decks?
Yeah.
There's a lot of different composite decks.
Yeah. We do decks. Decks are a little bit in a different realm than what we like to do.
Yeah.
They're very particular, so I don't have a lot of stuff.
How about driveways, getting oil and...
Definitely.
You can get oil out of them?
Oh, yeah. Oil, stains. If you have, what are they called? Fertilizer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fertilizer will leave like a rust or like a lime color on there. We take care of all that. We have a product that removes all the rust stains, any type of stain that you have on your concrete and all your oil and everything.
And what about garages? Do the garage floors, all that?
Most definitely. That's the same soap.
All right, so these guys are available at on the referral list, referrallist.com, 303-564-5574. And if you have any questions, call us. By the way, if you have any problems, questions, or complaints, first time today, we have open lines at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible.
Traffic on I-25 is moving along at posted limits or above for your speeds between Castle Rock and the Boulder Turnpike.
Was it TSP that you were talking about?
North towards the north suburbs.
TSP?
Yes.
It's trisodium phosphate. Does it work? No. I've never really played around with it. We tried playing around with it in one of the soaps, and it kept streaking up all the windows.
Area highways moving along free and clear of any delay. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mild dry this afternoon, but then snow in the forecast for tomorrow morning's rush hour. 1 to 3 inches of snow expected tomorrow, with a high of 32. Currently, it's 46. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Make this the winter of you with Audible. Listen to the best of what you love, from comedy to wellness, latest bestsellers.
I totally agree,
Find it all at
Hellcat.
Audible, with audiobooks, exclusive originals, and popular podcasts. Start listening free when you sign up at audible.com.
What's up?
It says window seat.
I'm Tom Martino for Frank Duran, the real estate man. You know how much I love this guy, whether you're buying or selling real estate. It's a true statement to say you won't find anyone more experienced and someone nicer and someone more skilled, buying or selling. He has stats to show that he sells more in a month than most in a year, and in a year he sells more than most do in an entire career. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Call him. No obligation, no long-term contracts. 303-920-1622. You know, one thing I've noticed, a lot of people like giving opinions on things, and they're mostly wrong. When it comes to accidents and personal injury, you know, you start talking to your friends at work and your relatives. The worst thing you can talk to is a brother-in-law. But anyway, what happens is you ask, what is it worth? What should I do? How do I collect? You can do that with an attorney free of charge. John Fuller will answer all of your questions by phone. And if you decide to hire him, there's still no money out of pocket. He works on contingency. So get your answers. John Fuller, Fuller Law, a personal injury expert and attorney. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500.
With a new year comes new ways to save big. Belco Credit Union is offering 1% APY on a 24-month CD.
Save $500 or more.
those guys say window cleaning is not rocket science, but when you waste a whole weekend cleaning them, and then they look as bad on Monday as they did when you started, you realize these guys are the answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Banking for everyone.
Embark on a deep dive into the case of the infamous Green River Killer on the Shadow Girls cast. Join Caroline Osorio as she re-examines the 20-year investigation of the brutal slayings of 49 young women, uncovering never-before-heard audio and a long-buried secret.
You're on the street, a guy come up, you jump in, you drive off, you disappear in your house.
Listen to the Shadow Girls on the iHeartRadio or wherever you get
I should have had comments. Maybe that person that says this after ordering your remodeling project, right, Dad? You got that right. Hi, folks. Dan Chikini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy. Ever since the 80s, we've proven ourselves by being picky. Tell the folks, Todd. Well, there's only one way we'll resurface cabinets: 1/4 inch glued and nailed. Replacement kitchens, only custom-built cabinets by our own people for a fabulous look. Bathrooms, you can count on the tried-and-true Done Right bathroom renovation system. And windows and entry doors? Dad, how much your 2 cents worth? Well, it starts with a quality window or door, yes, but I'm here to tell you that preparation, installation, and finish are exactly why they'll be able to join those that say, Done Right did right by me. So folks, whether it's kitchens, baths, counters, or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, as always, you have our word. We'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-370, or DRHI.
Chemical. That's what you talked about already, right? Yeah, CLR. That's for like light duty water stain removal.
Things before they turn into expensive problems. Turn to the experts.
The one that I use is called water stain remover. It's like this pasty, like it almost turns into like what? It's like tar. Yeah, it's kind of like pasty, nasty stuff, and you hit it with water and it comes right off. So you have to sit there with like a little drill and literally bump it out of the window. It takes like 30 minutes.
Tom, did you get that email yet?
Yeah,
about signing off on that little
can be like, well,
Yeah. I found it right after I said I didn't.
Sure, you can post
No, signing off on my 401k distribution.
Oh,
Sorry. That was left. I just wondered if you got the email yet. You might not have. Okay, because I asked them to include me in it and I didn't see it. So maybe they just haven't got it to you yet. Okay.
Finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job.
Oh, hey, guess what, Mark David? I thought I was calling Han.
So other companies might deliver a lot of hay.
What's going on with the building?
Needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/work. That's ZipRecruiter.com/work. ZipRecruiter.com/work.
Do roller coaster stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday on 630 KHOW. If you're concerned about the markets, call today to schedule a complimentary review of your portfolio. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Denver's Talk Station. Online at khow.com.
Hi, Tom Chino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, Richard has a question on vehicle titles, and we have some lines open. We'll get right to you at 303-713-TALK. Richard, what's happening?
Hello, Tom. Happy New Year.
Thank you, sir.
I recently purchased a second-hand truck. It's got a salvage title. Can I improve that title?
Not really. It's always going to, well, you can wash it, they call it, but it's always going to have a salvage title. And washing it is not really prudent because it looks like you're hiding something.
Okay.
So, yeah, it doesn't really work that well. But why would you want to anyway? Did you overpay for it?
No, I just wondered if I could go. I know there's something called a builder's title, and then I didn't know I have receipts from Gerber Collision, so I know the work was done right.
Yeah, and that's all you have to present if you ever want to sell it. It's best not to hide it, or it can come back to bite you.
That's what I want to know. Thank you.
Okay, especially if you ever traded it in, they could come back after you.
Oh, yes, sir.
Did you save money?
No, I don't know. They go anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000.
Well, what kind of truck is it?
2003 Ford F-150.
Oh, why'd you want did you want a 2003?
Well, yeah, I wanted not newer than 04 because that's when they went to those cam phasers. So the 05s and up have a lot of problems.
Okay. How is it running?
It's a very nice truck.
And what did you pay? What did you pay for it?
$220,000. I paid $47.50.
Man, to get a truck for any price like that, you know what I'm saying? They're hard to find.
Yeah, well, this is a nice truck too, by the way, Tom.
Is it a four-wheel drive?
Oh, yes, sir.
That's an outstanding deal. Wow. Wow.
It's high mileage. It's got 220,000.
Did you have it checked out before you bought it?
I didn't. The one before, I called Norris, and he said, don't touch it with a barge pole.
Why? Without even
look. But I will. Oh, that one. The previous one was in really bad shape.
But did Norris at SOS Inspections actually look at the previous one?
Yes, he did.
You should have had him look at this one with 220,000 miles.
I'm still going to have him do a post-buy inspection. Yes.
Yeah, when you do a post-buy, it's best. I call this zero timing, meaning don't take for granted anything they said was done. In other words, all the fluids, all the hoses, all the belts. Yeah. I mean, if they show any kind of wear, I zero time it, start from scratch, then keep your own record from that point forward. It's called zero timing. Let's talk to Susan. Susan, what's happening?
Hey there. Long time since 1980 listener here, but wow. I was so excited to tune in, and I heard Tyler's voice. It was about a year ago when you highlighted Tyler and his team from Premier Window. So I immediately called him, had him come out, do all of my windows in Roxborough Park, inside, outside, pressure wash the garage. I'm a garage freak. I love a clean garage. I followed them around going, well, this looks great. That looks great. I can't even begin to tell you what a wonderful opportunity it is to be able to call in and compliment Tyler. And I just heard his voice.
That's so cool. No, you know, Susan, that's really nice. And how did you find out about him the first time?
Because I was listening to you, and you I think it just started, and you were highlighting a young company, if you will, and really, I mean, everybody on your team loved him. So I immediately, tried to get in an accident while I was trying to get his phone numbers. I jotted it down. It was a 10% off, I believe, at that point. I'm not sure. And I called him right away. So that's how I heard about it.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm so happy you had a great experience with these guys. They're good guys. Trust me. Now, Linda, I'd like you to hang on, and I'll take you first up on this roofing contract. We handle a lot of problems with roofing. So can you just hang for a few minutes? Thank you, Linda. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Get your calls in. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255.
That's the one. Right, like those, you remember the one that was taking pictures we were walking around?
Yeah.
That's Susan and
it's really pretty view in the back.
Yeah, saw the freaking with the handrail missing. She was like, "Can you get those?" I was like, that's crazy. There was like a handrail. They didn't have their handrail up on the house, so like there's like this view. And then there was this cutoff right here, and there's a drop down into the basement. They had no handrail there. So I walked up to it, and I was all, it's about connecting. I was like, oh man, it's tricky. Oh man, don't fall down so quick.
Using radio commercials from
That's crazy.
Sounds like a winter time, unless you got excited about you guys.
Yeah, when we were there, she was super nice. She was like following us around after she was like, we take some pictures of you guys, like just so you can have them. Like, I take pictures of you guys doing work and you can post them.
My wife is like me, follow your
That house is gorgeous, though. You know where Roxborough Park is, right?
HD2
It's like up in like
KHOW Denver and iHeartRadio
it's
station.
close to like Castle Rock.
Number one for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
It was gorgeous. I brought the trailer up there with the pressure washer. That was a hoop trying to get that thing out of there. It's all tight. It's super tight out there.
President Biden virtually today with European leaders as the crisis in Ukraine escalates. American troops on the way to Eastern Europe. And on the other side of the Ukrainian border, a massive force of 100,000 Russian troops. The U.S. urging some staff and their relatives at the Ukrainian embassy to leave.
He was on the website.
Just responded saying fears of a Russian invasion are, quote, hysteria, created entirely by the US and NATO as part of what it calls an information campaign. Despite the ongoing diplomacy, there is no sign that this crisis is doing anything other than escalating.
ABC's Ian Pannell in Ukraine. Omicron will peak next month, predicts Dr. Anthony Fauci. Cases dropping sharply in the Northeast and upper Midwest, but are still climbing in the South and the West. Overnight, another police officer shot, this time in the nation's capital. It comes after at least 2 other officers were killed over the weekend. This is ABC News. Today is the official start of tax filing season. There's no COVID extension, so returns are due in April. The Treasury Department warning filers to expect refund delays due to a worker shortage and a backlog of paperwork. A week after the dramatic hostage-taking in their synagogue in Colleyville, Texas, members gather for services.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
The synagogue where Rabbi Charlie Citron Walker and 3 others were held at gunpoint remains an FBI crime scene, so services were held at a different location.
We are praying for a refuah shlema, a complete recovery for all of us.
Elsewhere, Jewish leaders called the faithful to worship in large numbers as an act of defiance against what they see as a rise in anti-Semitic words and actions around the country. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
A good reason to look at scam culture. A woman in Michigan nearly missed out on a Mega Millions jackpot. The email saying she won $3 million ended up in her junk mail folder. Alwyn Lopez, ABC News.
No problem. I'll call someone about the plan. One of Beatrice's properties needs a new superintendent.
Yoga class.
Someone with handyman superpowers and a concierge alter ego. Indeed can help her hire great people fast. I need Indeed. Indeed you do. InstaMatch instantly connects you with targeted candidates, resumes on Indeed.
No, it shouldn't be because it was the client who suggested it.
Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Millions of people use Zoom Phone, the innovative and feature-rich cloud phone system for businesses of any size. Zoom Phone is simple to use, whether you're on a mobile device, desktop, laptop, or desk phone. And because every call is important to your business,
what timing?
Thank
you very much.
Using geographic redundancy to keep your communications online. Empower your workforce with Zoom
I don't think,
Phone. Visit zoom.com/phone system. Zoom. How the world connects.
Knew it was going on, but I don't know. And I say that because she was in the elevator with me going down.
King Soopers vote on ratifying
is weighing in on the negotiating process. Labor attorney Bill Berger says approval isn't a foregone conclusion.
I've seen that happen where unions go in and they say, yes, we're going to get a ratification. We're fully confident. We're very, very happy with this contract. And nope, turns out most of the workers don't want it.
Berger says he's personally seen deals go south during the ratification process. King Soopers and the union agreed to a tentative deal early Friday, ending a strike that lasted more than a week. A union move in other cities is spreading to Denver. Baristas at a Starbucks store in Broomfield have petitioned the National Labor Relations Board to become a bargaining unit. This comes after a Starbucks-owned store in Buffalo, New York, went union. Courts in Denver will continue to do without jury trials for another few weeks. The chief judge for the Denver Judicial District announced Friday he's extending the suspension of jury trials through February.
Judge said the current surge in COVID-19 cases due to the Omicron variant.
It's way different than it used to be, man. I worked for a grocery store when I was 16 and 17. And we had Super Fresh down the road. We weren't Union, but the Super Fresh was. And same with most grocery stores. But back then, the picket lines, when those guys went on, fuck, man, there'd be 50, 60 people. They'd be telling people, don't go in the store, calling people scabs. There was none of this bullshit. Only 5 people can go out there. I never heard of shit like that, Doc. Never heard of it.
Who said they only have 5 people? The city?
Yeah, the fucking news. Not only that, then listen to this. A judge actually hit him with a you cannot picket fucking order, trespassing.
No, but okay, but it's been like that. Okay, for AT&T, that's exactly how it is. You cannot picket on their private property.
My only point is, back in the day, it was bullshit. I don't even know how people picket anymore.
Back in the day,
So it has to be on the sidewalk, right? Has to be on the sidewalk.
It has to be on the sidewalk or on the sidewalk, not on private property. Like for King Supers, those folks were picketing right there at the door.
Right.
And that is harassment. Okay.
Shit. Back in the day, they'd kick you in the head.
Back in the day, you walk up on folks with baseball bats and 2-before.
Well, back in the 30s and 40s, they would just come out with bats and pipes, and they would beat up the scabs.
Fuck yeah, they would.
But in the National Guard,
they would. So when they used to fucking picket a lot, man. So these other grocery stores would come up to ours because we didn't have a picket line because we were non-union. They'd be giving us shit. They'd be picketing in our store, and we're not even unionized.
Yeah, because they want the public to suffer so that they get their demands met.
That shit was crazy, though. I'm watching this shit on 9 News. There's 5 people out front. I'm like, 5 people? Who the fuck? That's not a picket line.
Is there a limit? Did the judge say a limit?
I have no idea, man. I'm just telling you, the video they showed of the picketing was just, it was the worst video ever.
In groups larger than 10, okay. Now, how I would deal with that is I'd have 5 groups of 10.
Yeah, but then you can't be on the property.
Okay, but then you run that corner like King Super sitting on the corner. Okay, you run that public sidewalk right there around.
Yeah, I know, but when people drive in, the main thing with the picket line is you want to create a barrier to the door so people don't go in. They simply can't do that anymore.
All I know is the King Super parking lot.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Full.
Now,
everybody and their children was in their shop.
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. We're trying to help you solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. WaterPros.net is the company I truly recommend for free water testing and the best water systems for conditioning, softening, purification, anywhere for the best prices. Whole house systems under $2,000 fully installed. Some plumbing companies start those at $6,000 to $8,000 or more. And then for water fountains, never buy bottled water again, under $1,000 fully installed, waterpros.net. Okay, so welcome to the show. Let's go to Linda. She's on the phone. Get your calls in if you have a problem, question, or complaint. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Hello, Linda. What's going on?
Hi, I'm just calling because I wanted to see if you can give me some clarification on my obligation to a roofing contract that I got several months ago. I forward you the contract and all the data that I have so far as my insurance estimate and their estimate.
Okay, we got it in email. Mark, did you look at it for her? And so it is about, I'm looking for it.
I don't see it.
I sent it to both of you. I'll send it again.
Oh, wait, I got it.
Okay, what is it?
Well, takes me a half second.
It's a roofing contract. I can't find it quickly.
It's 3 attachments. It's from Help, Tom.
Okay, I'm looking for. I see one here.
Elster, right?
Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, now I'm looking at it.
LR Contracting, Inc. It looks like it's...
So what is your question about, Linda?
Well, I originally signed the contract back in August.
Yeah.
And it says on there the approximate service date's 3 to 6 months. So in the meantime, they had their estimate, which was around $18,000, and they submitted that through the public adjuster works with this roofing company, so I was told that I wouldn't have to put out any money.
Wait a minute. What public adjuster works with this roofing company?
I sent you his name and date information.
This public adjuster recommended a roofer?
Correct.
Well, that's not kosher. That's not good.
Okay.
They should be totally independent. And my God. So this public adjuster, what's the name? Is this Linda, this public adjuster? No, that's you. Who's the public adjuster?
Yes. Jeff.
And how do you know Jeff is a public adjuster?
I have his information.
Did he say public adjuster? Wait. Did he say public adjuster? Wait. Or independent adjuster?
No, public adjuster insurance appraiser for Reserve Capital LLC's company.
Yeah. Is he representing you or the insurance company?
He's the public adjuster that is providing the estimate that the roofing company will do.
Why is this public adjuster? Wait a minute. Why is this public adjuster doing an estimate on this? Why? Did you call this public adjuster?
No, unfortunately.
Where did the public adjuster? Wait, where did the public adjuster come from?
Yeah. Okay. So, several months, people were getting roofs done in the neighborhood, and he came to the door and said that they had, and I had talked to the neighbors that were having their roofs done because I know them, and they were pleased with his work. So that's how I got his name.
And this guy told you he was going to make it so you didn't have to pay a deductible?
No. That's all I would have to pay, and that I wouldn't have to pay any of the cost.
That's fine. Yeah.
Of the repair.
Okay.
Unless State Farm would, my insurance company would.
Okay, so where's the problem?
Approve the claim. Well, I haven't heard from them. This happened in August.
Did you didn't pay anything up front, did you?
I did not. Did your
insurance company pay anything up front?
No, because their claim came back that it wouldn't even meet my deductible.
Well, hold on, Linda. I'm not saying this is the public adjuster you should go with, but I am saying that's not unusual for State Farm. State Farm sucks. State Farm is not on your side. Okay, so State Farm, it's not unusual for those scumbags to not come up to what really is your due, okay? Now, maybe you do need a public adjuster. You signed a contract, apparently, with this public adjuster. We need to call this public adjuster and get him on the air about this case if we need to help you, because they're apparently representing you. What did the public adjuster say when... Well,
okay, so... State Farm said that they wouldn't...
I saw State Farm's estimate. They said it's only going to come to $1,890, right under your deductible.
Right. And the estimate from the public adjuster and roofing company was $18,000.
By the way, that's not unusual for a good public adjuster to find the real damage.
Okay, so then they came out and said that State Farm wanted additional photos or better photos that they had taken. So they did that, and I haven't heard since. And this was maybe in September. Second week in September. So I haven't heard anything back.
Let's just call the adjuster. It sounds like he's working with them to try to get them to pay.
Right, but so the initial question was the contract said 3 to 6 months for services, and this was in mid-August, so I didn't know if that time had expired. Or I haven't heard anything from the adjuster. I thought the next
and there's no excuse for that. If you call, honestly, if you call him right now, what do they even say? What does he say? What does Jeff say? Jeff Burke.
Right, I haven't called him because I was starting to get leery on.
Oh wait, you have process. Okay. Yeah, you know what we'll do? I'll make a call to him over the break, and let's see if we can figure out what's going on.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And Mark and I work very closely with real public adjusters. Now, I'm not saying this public adjuster isn't real. This public adjuster may have done you a solid. But,
right.
you know, let's see. That public adjuster now, if you signed a contract, should fight for you. Did you contact the public adjuster?
It seemed to initially be that way, but then all of a sudden when he came back and after they took some second photos and I hadn't heard anything from him, and that was again in...
Well, did he say, okay, will he release you then as a client?
I would think so.
Well, let's hope. No, you don't think so.
Sorry.
We got to get it in writing because, Linda, this guy, I'm telling you, he's taking a percentage of this claim. So,
right.
Mark, you need to find out from this guy if he's taking a percentage of the claim. Now, what is he going to do? That State Farm offered only $1,800. What is he going to do about it? Is he going to fight for her, or what is he going to do? Or is he going to release her? That's what I want to know. You hang on, dear. Okay, we got to help you in getting screwed. Anyone else needs help? 303-713-TALK. It's a
Jackson Hewitt needs you to know 3 things about filing taxes this year. 1. There are thousands of dollars worth of new tax
the contract she sent, was it with the adjuster or with
to make sure you get the right
both?
3.
Oh, she signed a
Jackson
contract
Hewitt
with the
Tax
roof
Pro
as well?
will help track down every credit you deserve. Tax credits for being a parent.
I don't think anybody's fucking with her yet.
And so much
They're
more.
not communicating
You don't
well.
want to miss out on thousands. Jackson Hewitt knows that. Discover thousands in tax credits and get your biggest refund guaranteed. Learn more at jacksonhewitt.com.
All right, let's
talk about Joe Lazara. He's a criminal defense attorney. That doesn't mean only for hardened criminals. That means anyone. Some people who did stupid mistakes. Some people who, did something or were falsely accused, whatever it is. Listen, he doesn't judge. What he does is represent you. If you're ever in trouble, if you have a DUI, which, by the way, can be prevented, simply designated drivers or Uber or Lyft or taxis, but rather than preach to you, I'm going to give you Joe's number because I'm not going to judge you. I will say he will fight for you, and to try to represent yourself as stupid in any situation. Joe Lazara, flat rate pricing and free initial consultations. 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200.
You know, that poor lady's dealing with exactly what I had to deal with about 3 years ago. My homeowner's insurance said I didn't have any damage. I'm watching all my neighbors get new roofs. I called up a great public adjuster, and that is Matt with Paragon Services. Here's the bottom line. I went from $0 to $70,000. The insurance company's not your friend. You're going to hear these calls all the time. If you're dealing with your homeowner's insurance, whether it's a total loss, smoke damage, water damage, anything, they're screwing you. I'll put it just like that. Call Matt, get free help. 719-726-0020, 719-726-0020.
Donnie here with Fitness Gallery. We are loving how thousands of people have found out just how safe and convenient it is to work out in your own home. There's never been a better time to buy. We have everything in the store on sale at pre-inflation pricing. You can save huge.
Up to 15% off, only while supplies last. Take advantage of up to 36 months. 0% financing.
Hi, it's Carl Mecklenburg, former Denver Broncos All-Pro linebacker, defensive captain. This is the place to come if you need a home gym. You'll use it every day. I use it. My wife uses it. Our son uses it.
How you guys doing? Rob Smith, 2-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Pro Bowler. Bring your family with the Denver Broncos. We got dumbbells, we got fitness equipment, we got treadmills, we got it in stock right now. My original fitness equipment came from a big box store. Filled the space, looked great, but it just wasn't functional. So you know what happened? Didn't get used. We have the best warranties and commercial-grade equipment made for your home. Visit one of our 6 convenient locations today or fitnessgallery.com.
I went out to the Art of Granite, and I met Mitch. I love this story. Came to America with $300 in his pocket. He starts working in granite and then decides to have his own place. Art of Granite fabricates beautiful countertops. Get the latest quartz countertops. He is fabricating them.
Hey, Jeff, Mark Major, I'm with the Tom Martino Show. We have a caller on. Her name is Linda Elster, and she's a little confused on what's going on, but I wanted to get an update. Apparently, you're a public adjuster, and you're dealing with either Allstate or State Farm.
State Farm.
But she says she hasn't heard from anybody for a while. And meantime, of course, none of the work's been done. But if you can give me a call back at this number, I'd appreciate it. Once again, it's Mark Major with the Tom Martino Show.
Insurance companies tend to lump you in with other businesses, and you could get overcharged. At Pi Insurance, we're on a mission to change that. With Pi, you get a quote specific
Here's the name of that again.
and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees.
It's a very odd name for a
Take
public
3
adjuster
minutes to
company.
see how much you could save at trypi.com.
I'm going to hear it
Makes
again.
workers' comp insurance as easy as Pi, with friendly representatives just a call away. No wonder customers rate our service excellent on Trustpilot. You work hard to build your business and keep your employees safe. You deserve more from your workers' comp provider. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote today at
Reserve Capital LLC.
TRYPIE.com.
I like fresh eggs as much as the next guy, but making the free-range chickens in the office wasn't a great idea.
We should just use Easy Cater. Breakfast, lunch, treats, on time, and as ordered.
And I bet they never preen their feathers in the conference room without reserving a chart. There's a clipboard outside the door. You put your name.
It's not that hard, guys. Some food just doesn't work at work, but Easy Cater just does. Food for work, on time, and as ordered from over 82,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
Everybody out there, this is Big Alpha Spine One. Hernia neck or back can feel like a serious hit to the happening and your way of life. Getting help.
So what do you guys think about the overtime rules? Don't you think each team should have a shot?
What do you mean?
Well, Kansas City
Oh, yeah.
went until, I mean, it's unfair for one team not to get a shot.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely.
Well, I mean, where do you draw the line?
They
How
couldn't
many times
even-
do they go back and forth? You know what I mean? Because they let it. If it's a field goal, the other
Look what they
team
do in
can
hockey. They have they have 3-4 overtime periods, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Here's
Yeah.
what's trending from the
So what are they doing? Wait,
Pretty much
Hey, Steve Mark Major, I'm with the Tom Martino Show.
Yeah, with that point toss issues, they get straight off.
Yeah.
You score a touchdown.
The game's over. The other team never gets a chance to answer back.
So yeah, I think I mean. Oh, I don't even know. I mean, I think it should give the other team one more chance to go at it.
Yeah.
The way they have it set up right now is if you score a field goal, then they get another chance to score a field goal too.
No, they can win with a touchdown.
They win with a touchdown if you just score a field goal. But if you score a touchdown from the start, it's over. Like there's no.
They've done. I mean,
the other
they've
team
done
doesn't
it.
get a chance to be an offense. So I don't know. I
don't know. I think that's kind of
the
crap.
whole fate of the game is left up to that coin toss.
Yeah.
So,
They put it in.
both of those off. You were watching the game.
Yes.
26 points or whatever in the last 2 minutes. 45 points in 2 minutes.
Was it the Kansas game?
Well, I mean, it's crazy.
Was it good? Was it like really good?
Oh, it was the best game I've seen in.
Number one.
Hi, Tom Martino,
Your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Get your free insurance checkup with Compass Insurance Group to make sure you have proper replacement value, proper endorsements, proper coverage. It's free, and they can often save you money and get you better coverage or both. Compass Insurance Group, 303-996-9000. Seriously, people have saved money almost every time. 303-996-9000. Okay, so, Linda, you have a contracting issue with a roofer, and we're on the phone right now trying to help you. The real issue is this. You got 3 problems. The first problem, you have some hazy agreement with a public adjuster that you don't understand. The second problem, you have a contract with a contractor that the public adjuster offered you, which they should have never done. That's a conflict of interest. Okay?
Okay.
Third thing, you have a problem with State Farm Insurance, which sadly undervalued your loss, most likely.
Okay.
So, we got 3 problems. Number 1, we need to figure out what obligation you have to this guy, the public adjuster. Did he sign you up, and is he willing to let you go now that he has a fight on his hands? He may have thought he's just going to have some easy money collecting a commission on that big job, and he probably is collecting from the contractor as well, which, by the way, is a no-no. And if that's the case, I'm going to see he doesn't have his license anymore. Mark, if he's trying to make money on both ends, I see Mark's talking to him right now. If he's trying to make money on both ends, no. The next one. Go ahead.
I did finally I did see, I just noticed that it says on here, if LR Contracting, that's the roofing company, is not able to get insurance company to pay for the work, then the contract becomes null and void and the customer owes LR Contracting nothing.
Yeah, but listen, Linda. What if we do get it paid for? Because you do have, but you don't want the company. Then what? What I think is, I think we should try to get you released from both. So I don't like the idea that the public adjuster was in cahoots with the construction company. I don't like it. And they came knocking at your door.
At least that was that's true.
And they came knocking at your door. That's the problem. That's the problem. Man. So.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. I mean, I'm sorry for you. I want to help you. I want to get this public adjuster on and see where he stands. Hold on. We'll see if we get him on. 303-7. Well, he's not on yet. I'll wait till he's on. I want to talk to Premier Window Cleaning and Pressure Washing. Guys, how do you charge houses? What is the pricing structure? Is it how much per window, how much the hassle is, how tall it is? Do you look at it and give a flat rate? How do you do it?
Yeah, so I kind of just go through, we get a good look at the house, and we go per pane. So
okay, per pane, and that includes inside and out.
Yes.
Now, once you do that, though, how do you include then shower doors and glass tops and mirrors and all that? That's just thrown in?
That's all complimentary. So that's all complimentary with choosing us and letting us take care of the service for you.
Okay, so you just look, you got to walk the house or look at it, and then you give a per pane price. Why couldn't you just ask how many they have? Or do you have to see how accessible they are and all that?
Well, the per pane also helps us out with figuring out how long it's going to take us. If I need one guy, if I need two guys. So it's more than just price. It helps us figure out what we're getting ourselves into.
So you got to see the house, get a quick estimate. And how long are you out on estimates if people call you?
Right now, we're pretty open. I'm telling everybody right now, coming into springtime, we're going to fill up pretty fast.
All right. And they are 303-564-5574. Now, I want to talk to Jeff Burke, a public adjuster. Mark, you got him on the phone. That's good. And by the looks of things on paper, he's doing her a good job. By the looks of things on paper, he way outweighed the State Farm. State Farm saying, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, you only have $1,800 worth of damage, or $1,900. Well, that's not unusual for a scum company like State Farm to do that. I'm encouraged that we had a public adjuster find way more damage. What bothers me a little, I mean, he found $18,700. By the way, we've had cases like that where public adjusters have helped people. The thing that bothers me is a little is he had a contracting company in his pocket that he had her sign up with. And that's usually not pretty cool. I think people should be free to choose who they want. And I just don't like the way that feels. And it's been frowned upon in the public adjusting industry. So, Jeff, what about it? And what are you going to do now that State Farm said, hey, ma'am, you're only worth $1,800?
Well, what we did, Tom.
Yes. Jeff? Did he go away?
I was out there with the first time I went out there, I met a third-party adjuster. It wasn't even a State Farm adjuster.
No, but he worked for State Farm. But he worked for State Farm.
No, yeah, he worked for State Farm. Exactly.
All right.
So he completely denied the claim. So we called back and asked State Farm for a second inspection, which they granted us. They sent out another inspector. They denied the claim at that time too. So what we did is we signed an appraisal demand letter and sent it to appraisal.
Yeah.
Which, in the state of Colorado, you can go through the appraisal process.
Yes.
Yeah. So we went through we sent in the appraisal demand letter to State Farm, and they denied the claim. They denied the appraisal process.
They can't deny the appraisal process.
Well, they're playing a lot of games this way. They're saying that what they're saying is they can only discuss what they determined was wrong with their scope of work. They cannot discuss anything that we added, which is totally false. Now,
of course it is. Well, guess what? She's got a bad faith claim, Jeff.
Yep. There was just a a trial in the appeals court for Parker Bombeck versus Travelers for the. So I basically sent that to State Farm, insisting that they come out and do the appraisal. So, and then they haven't replied back to me yet.
All right, Jeff, listen, so you're still helping her?
Yes.
Okay, but what's this about this other company? Why do you bring a company with you? I don't think that's cool.
A company with me?
Yeah, she said you're the one that got her to sign this company, the LR Contracting. She didn't go out.
LR Contracting signed her, Tom.
Yeah, after you brought them to her.
No, I didn't bring them to her. LR Contracting went to them, and they brought me.
After they denied it.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Yeah. She had already signed. Hold on. She had already signed with LR Contracting?
Yes.
I'm sorry about that, Jeff. Linda, you told me the opposite.
Okay. Well, they were both at the same time, so I don't know.
Well, were they at the same time or not?
Yeah, basically what they do is the contracting company recommends me up front with them, especially with State Farm, because it saves a lot of time.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
it
just gets me involved.
So that's why I thought they were together.
All right, that's fine. Do you get paid on both ends, Jeff?
No.
Okay.
No, I only get paid for 10% of the claim amount, whatever I can get on the claim amount.
Now listen, so Jeff, you really, if you don't have this in your arsenal, you should have an attorney standing by right now to file a bad faith. We have attorneys that do that at the drop of a hat.
No, we do too. We have attorneys that we work with,
and they will, and she'll get treble damages. I mean, you'll adjust this for way higher.
No. I realize that, Tom. That's where we're working towards. We're giving them every opportunity to go through the appraisal process, and then we're going to send it to the attorneys.
Okay.
I mean, we've been down this road so many times.
Linda?
State Farm. They are the worst company out there.
Linda?
Yes, sir?
Jeff does not sound on the surface here as a bad guy, and he's not the one. He didn't have this contracting company on the side. They called him. I would let him go through this process and see what he can do for you. Mark, what are you thinking? I mean, is there anything? I mean, they should go through this process, and then he should get an attorney on board.
I'm not understanding what State Farm's argument is.
Either.
Well, they don't have an argument, and guess
we
what?
don't either. We don't either.
Well,
Mark.
that's better. That's better for you. You get treble damages, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Listen, this state is good for one thing when it comes to that: bad faith. They do not tolerate bad faith in this state.
You know what, Tom? I have an appraisal award that a customer with State Farm right now was awarded $120,000 on their claim. State Farm is refusing to pay it. It's in with the attorney.
Listen, man. Are you sure you have a good enough attorney? Because I'm serious, Jeff. Has he actually filed bad faith and won?
Yep.
For you?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. What law firm is it?
We work with several different attorneys. So,
what's the best one you know?
The best one that I know?
Yeah.
Well, Merlin Group.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Daily Black?
Daily Black, yeah.
Have you ever used them?
I believe my Steve Ziegler, the owner of Reserve, has. Steve has worked with a lot of them.
Are you part of that public adjusting group?
Yep, I'm part of that group. Yep.
And what's the name of that group?
Reserve Capital LLC.
Okay. Listen, we're going to check back with you, Jeff. Thank you. Linda, keep us updated on this claim.
Okay, so I don't still need to do anything.
No, not at this point.
With Jeff.
You have a contract with this guy, Jeff. I can't interfere with that.
And unfortunately, Linda, it's just a long, drawn-out process, really.
But I wouldn't, Jeff. I wouldn't let them.
Fight them right to the end.
I would not let them wait too long when it comes to bad faith. That scares the living hell out of them. I'm telling you, you got a good case right now. All you have to have is a legitimate claim that's turned down. That's all you have to have.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan
Minneapolis in the afternoon, 6:30.
I mean,
So what's your
gut, Mark? He doesn't sound like a sleazebag.
Well, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't understand
Why?
I don't think they've acknowledged your storm damage yet.
Of course they didn't at all.
No.
Okay, but that's not uncommon, Mark. You had that happen.
No, what I'm saying though.
So how do you feel about the public adjustment? Do you feel he fucked her? I don't.
No.
Okay, good. Good. That's what I wanted.
He sounds pretty reasonable. Plus the fact he came on the air.
Of course.
It's always a good sign.
In fact, you should try to find. You should call him. We need as many as we can get. Not as few as we can get. As many as we can get.
Tonight's low drops to 26, and then
the
still
bad
the
guy.
forecast is 3 inches of snow expected. Currently, it's
So
47.
she contracted with
Your impact factor weather, I'm
fix-it people, with the people that were going to actually do his
Need new hires in the new year? You need Indeed to find your next hire.
Right.
When you sponsor a post, you get a list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
He sounds right.
Become the banker is an investment
strategy. It's not magic. You take a life insurance policy out, you overfund it, that gives you a tax-free savings account. You purposely pay more than the premium. It's something that people do to get that cash of value, which gives you tax-free growth and savings. In fact, there's a secret way to get more money into it. You know how? You borrow from yourself and then pay yourself back with interest. BecomeTheBanker.org for more information. The ultimate goal is you become your own banker to borrow and pay yourself back until you're in retirement. Then you just borrow. You never pay tax on this money. BecomeTheBanker.org. Do you want to know if you have a hidden aneurysm lurking deep within you? Usually the only time people know they have an aneurysm is when it's discovered by accident or they drop dead. You can find out with core scans. Yes, I've talked about core scans eliminating heart disease and stroke by finding soft plaque. Yes, it can do that. $189 can do that. And then there are treatments that can reverse that trend. But there's also a scan you can get to detect aneurysms in their early stages. Call Core Scans to save your life. CoreScans.com in Denver and Boulder. Core, C-O-R, without the E. CoreScans.com, 720-740-2663.
Take a trip back to apartment 4D.
On the Welcome to Our Show podcast, join real-life friends Zoe Deschanel, Hannah Simone, and Lamore Morris.
So, Mark, how much do you know about economics?
At the end, when he says he got some Schmidt in the face.
You mean for
Well,
what?
the Fed is going to have a meeting to talk about inflation.
Of course.
What do they do with interest rates to combat inflation?
Raise
it? How does that combat? I'm just curious. How does that combat inflation?
Because when you raise the interest rates, people will take money out of the stock market and they'll put it into solid money that's not going to go anywhere. Interest rates. Like right now, banks are only giving what? Like
1 to 2%.
Fucking nothing.
Right.
So as that goes up, people will pull out of the stock market, and things will become less volatile there.
Because the stock market's going nuts.
Fucking, it's
down,
horrible.
down.
It's what is it, over 1,000 still?
Yeah, from its height.
No, it's down 1,000 a day.
Just today?
900 this morning when I looked.
Wow.
No, over the past, we're down to 33.5 on the Dow.
Wow.
That was almost, what, 36? Like a week or two ago.
Boy, it's a good thing I have this job to help me with my income.
Fucking, how about, fucking Bitcoin, man? Where's that at?
That's down like 33.
Yeah.
He's at the 33.
You and I both know that we're facing
From 65.
But in the meantime, you might be sitting on a lot of equity in your home.
Yeah, it's been
I
under
think it's
40
time you
for the
talk to
last
some of my
week or
personal
so.
friends at American Finance.
Does that mean when you say the stock market's down 1,000 points? Okay.
Extra hard to find a mortgage, home equity loan, or equity cash.
Although if you have an index fund, you think about it, it's down
and they certainly are going to charge
1
you upfront.
or 2% or 5%. So it's not like if you have $100 in it, it may be down to $90. It's not, it doesn't go down to zero.
That will prepare you for these uncertain economic conditions.
My brother just recently got me into stocks. I'm slowly starting to learn all about them, but yeah, I got a little account at Schwab, but it's for sure taking a hit.
Are you in an index fund?
I'm in 4 different index funds are gonna help like 8 different, like, personal
American financing.
But, yeah.
Someone your age index funds up, and 8,000.
Yeah.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs
I'm
invade your
77,
nose.
so I
Its
have
body's
about
air
one more
filter
year left.
traps When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply.
Stock market
Eventually, your
casino.
immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation
Well, it depends.
is
If you use it for long-term growth,
way to
it's
clean your nose. It's not a
when you
drug.
time it,
It's more like
time it that you go
saying
crazy.
What's that?
one
The stock
nostril,
market.
Oh, yeah,
the
it
back
is
of the nose,
long
and
term,
the
and
other
it's never
nostril.
going down.
Flush
Ever.
out mucus
For these
and
guys
germs.
that are in their 20s, it's perfect.
Individual stocks go down, but if you look at the Dow, you look at anything, the Nasdaq Dow, holy shit, it always goes up.
Pulls out the bad
Eventually.
stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper,
And
snore
eventually
less,
castles
and
in
feel
the
healthier.
sand.
At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath & Beyond, or go to Navage.com.
You know, you
for
buy
free
stock
gift
like that, Telso,
over 2
Walmart,
million
or,
sold. Navage, NAVAGE.
you know, solid
Clean
stocks
nose,
like that,
healthy
and they're
life.
just going to grow over time. Well, at your age, you can speculate.
You know what, Doc, you know what's weird is we are in a bubble here, man. A lot of other states, they're not doing good, man. We're kind of in a weird position in Colorado. We kind of forget. We think everything's going like it is here. It's not going like it
No,
is
the
here.
housing market here is crazy.
It's fucking unbelievable. And it's got to die at some point.
Well, as long as people keep moving into Colorado, it's not going to die.
Denver's talk station.
I mean, can you imagine what it must be like in Texas, with all these Californians moving to Texas? I bet their real estate market is as bad as crazy as ours.
All right, 303-713-8255. We've got some lines open. You have any questions?
You need any help? Listen to this number. Almost $300 million in cash merchandise, exchanges, refund services directly due to this show. You got any issues whatsoever, we want to hear about them. That's what this is. A lot of times you can't go out and spend $300-400 an hour on an attorney. We have this thing called a radio tower. We actually point that spotlight on all the scumbags out there. 303 Martino, by the way, works on and off the air. Now it looks like, Linda, you got another question. What is it?
Me, Linda?
Yeah, Linda, it says here you have another question.
Right. I just wanted to, okay, so it says the approximate dates of service for this contract was 3 to 6 months.
Oh, you mean on the roofing contract. Yeah, but you understand the
Yeah.
reason they can't start on the roof is there's no funds. I mean, unless you're going to pay cash out of pocket, I mean, that's why it's taking so long. If you want out of that contract, I'm sure we can make a call and get you out of it.
Well, I just don't know then, would the estimate be revised when it does, when it does become finalized?
What do you mean, will the estimate be revised? So the roofer came out, hold on a second. Basically, you have $18,000 worth of damage.
Correct.
So what do you...
And so would that increase because of, just all the other claims with the recent, fires and all this?
Well, I mean, the pricing of supplies could go up, but it's not going to matter. If they step up, if they hold State Farm accountable and pricing is up, it doesn't matter. Yes, that will go up, but you're not going to have to pay the difference if that's what you're asking.
Okay. And so then...
basically, here's what's going on with yours right now. Understand this. These guys are fighting with your insurance company to get them to pay. It's simple as that. You're not out any money out of pocket. The bottom line is let them fight a little bit longer. If you want out of that roofing contract, I'm sure we can make that call and make it happen. But I wouldn't do that right now. Let's see if this public adjuster is worth his salt and can get it done.
Got it. I will do that then, and then I'll just keep you updated, right?
Wanting to get out of that contract is probably because you haven't heard from them. And the reason you haven't, well, there's a good reason for that. I'd rather they didn't start and then come after you for payment. So I like the idea that they're waiting to see what happens.
And in the meantime, just do some checking on the company. Check their reviews on Yelp or...
I've never heard of them, which is a good sign.
Yeah, just while you
Mark,
have the time,
I've not heard of these guys.
Check out the company, right, Tom?
Yeah, and I'm not saying they're good or bad. What I'm saying is the fact they didn't rush into this is actually a good thing.
Okay. I appreciate your
Yeah,
help.
so listen, we're not done with you. Just stay in touch with us because we put the public adjuster on notice that we're following this along. This guy sounds legit to me.
I appreciate that.
So you feel free to call us back, and it's 303 Martino, and you leave your message. Hey, I'm Linda, the one with the public adjuster and the contractor and State Farm. We'll remember, and then we'll flag this call, okay? So you have us to help along the way. So just,
it's frustrating for her, but these guys are doing everything they should. Hopefully they figure out how to get an attorney involved and get her some money, man.
That's right. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So, welcome to the show. We have a lot more to talk about. Did you hear that tragic fire that killed a baby?
Yeah, apartment.
Now, this is something that we need to talk about when it comes to safety. You cannot depend when you're a renter on what the landlord has in place for detection of fire and smoke. I know that they're supposed to have things in place, but if they don't, you don't want to be in a position to be after the fact looking for damages. You're not going to replace that baby. There are detectors that you can buy yourself that are portable. You can put them on a mantle. You can put them on a dresser. You can put them up higher for CO2 and for smoke, even heat. But smoke and the dioxide and carbon monoxide, I should say, and the smoke and the gases, those are the ones that come first. And that could have been prevented. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Maybe I shouldn't say that could have been prevented. I don't want to make people feel bad. I mean, really, if someone's listening that knows the people, I don't want to convict them on that. I didn't mean it that way. What I meant was maybe it could have been prevented. But anything's better than nothing, right? We have more coming right up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored.
New stuff built in Denver has.
Is that amazing?
That gets so expensive, though, man.
What's that to put it in? Yeah, I was surprised. I think this is the first place I've rented. But to see sprinklers made me feel a lot more comfortable.
Is it in Denver?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to have them. They have no choice.
Well, it must be grandfathered, right? Because this place isn't that new.
I don't know what year they changed it, but I mean, pretty much it's been going on for a while. I mean, I mean, I don't think it's been 20 years, but.
Now, this place I'm renting, I put in a couple of work orders. They came within 24 hours, which is amazing.
That's amazing.
They got a great management company.
Got into these commercials, guys.
Start listening free when you sign up at audible.com.
No matter what special they're running, I really encourage you to use Zero Res in your home for carpet cleaning. I use them in my home. Now, you can have them do just a few room areas for as little as $79, or you can have them do the whole house. But here's the point. No residue. Why? Because they don't use soap. They don't use chemicals. They use empowered water, which is actually a patented process which gets it super soft, and I think it's alkaline. Whatever it is, it's safe and it's effective. They don't use as much water because they're not diluting any solutions, and not only that, it dries faster and with zero residue. So they get cleaner and they stay cleaner longer. ZeroResDenver.com, ZeroResDenver.com. I use them in my home, safe and effective, on pets, kids, and they dry quicker. 303-471-5150. Zero Res, 303-471-5150. Ideal Home Loans is a company that's been in Colorado since, I think, 2002, 2003, so they're going on 20 years, and they do it the right way. First they listen, then they lend. What does that mean? It means that not all loans are the same. That's why they're ideal. They pick the right loan for you. What does that mean? Well, you might want to take cash out, and they tell you how to do that, and then you can pay back that extra if you want, or you can not take cash out. You can lower your payment, or do both. Take a little cash, lower the payment. You can extend your term or shorten your term. It's all up to you. That's why they call it Ideal Home Loan, and you always get the interest rate guarantee, because with every loan, it's 2 years. If rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. And then they have pre-approvals, which are like cash deals. You're approved, the money's set aside. You just have to go out and find a house. When you do, you're ready to close like cash. 303-867-7000, 867-7000, idealhomeloans.com.
So many people have told me about Orchard, and no wonder. It's the new way to sell. For example, Orchard makes you a cash offer for your home. And when your home sells for more, you keep the difference. No longer do you have to choose
An easy home sale or the best price for your home. Let me tell you about Ruby, a recent Orchard customer. Ruby's home sold on the market for $33,000 above his cash offer. Had he gone to a home buying company, he would have missed out on that extra money. But with Orchard, he got more cash at closing. Ruby's story isn't unique. 99 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than the cash offer.
Hey Tommy, you brought up renting and stuff. I have Denver real estate moguls. They're on the referral list, and he was wanting to talk about some of the new rental laws anyway. Do you want me to get him on the horn for you?
Now, who's he with?
Denver real estate moguls.
Do we know them?
Well, they're referral list
Right.
of ours, and they
And when do they
do a lot of rentals and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, whatever. What does he want to talk about?
Well, he wanted to talk about the new rental laws. You just brought up the topic of
Let's do it.
renting, so I
Let's
just
do it.
wondered if you wanted to
If we
powwow
have
with
room,
him.
and we
Yeah,
probably
we
do.
have room right now. Okay.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's see if he's available.
Thanks. That's a great idea.
Even if you refinance in the last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 3% rate won't last long, and our new fast track loan process can get it done in record time. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at 844-425-3669. 844-425-3669.
Westland Financial Corp is licensed by the Division of Banks and Loan Agencies. Licensed as a mortgage lender. License number ML3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
I know you've been waiting a little bit longer than normal.
Jen's manicure spot needs an extra pair of hands.
Who's at the front desk right now?
Someone who's handy with everything from nail files to spreadsheet files.
New rental rules. You live in Denver, you must
Indeed can
rent.
help her hire great people fast.
A mile high income city.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Well, I started with a restaurant because I love to cook. But that also means a lot of greasy pots and pans. And we can't waste time with endless sink changeovers. So we upgraded to Dawn
Dude,
Professional.
let's go watch it. And just talk about it. It was seriously like probably the best game I've ever seen. Actually watched.
Which one?
That Kansas City game. I couldn't believe it. I watched it.
They were both great.
And it was like their number 1 and 2 defense, but the offense in the last like half of the fourth quarter was like unstoppable, both of them. And like both of the quarterbacks, literally even the commentator, like they played a flawless game. Thank you to them. Maybe had like a couple of completions. They all scored like 4 or 5 touchdowns. Like, I don't know, it was crazy. Everybody was playing well. 3 of them.
Stop by a store or go to
I'm not even that big of a football fan. I mean, I used to be. That was a fun game.
All right, 303-713-8255. Let's jump over to this person. John, what's going on with you, John? John.
Yes.
What's your question on buying a vehicle?
Yeah, I was wondering if you know any dealers that can sign vehicles for sale.
Doesn't Jeff Mark?
Oh, yeah.
JFR Cars, for sure, man.
They're if you want it, they're good people, man, and they're honest. So do you want to buy or sell, by the way?
I want to sell.
Oh, okay, yeah. JFR Cars does a great job.
He can consign.
They can take trades. They can arrange financing. So it turns you into a dealer.
Cool. You know what they charge for the consignments, or?
Yeah, I did know. There's a flat fee. It's not a lot of money to get it prepped and ready.
Maybe $500.
No, let's get him on. Let's just get Rodney on. Call Rodney at JFR Cars. Let's just find out how his consignment works, because we get this call a lot. Hold on, John. It's a good idea. By the way, what's the one thing you never include in the car sale? Not even for a day. The plates. The plates. The plates.
Oh, the license plates. Yep.
Do you know there's a little known thing in Colorado that people don't know? And I'm going to give you, I'll bet you most people don't know this. Let me look it up in my little nifty. I want to get the exact amount of time, but do you know you're allowed to drive around without plates for a certain period of time?
But you got to have something.
A bill of sale in your possession. But if you're stopped and don't have plates, and I think it's within the first 30 days, could be 15. Don't hold me down. I'm going to look that up in a second. Think about that. So isn't that cool? That you have the ability then to say, here, your officer, I'm just going to get my plates. And then you go get your plates.
In fact, it's a little, what's really crazy is people don't realize by Colorado state law, sellers must retain their own plates.
Mark, I didn't know that. They must?
Must.
No, actually, I didn't know that part. But, yeah, you never leave the plates. I'm looking for the exact amount in the article and all that, but we'll find it somewhere. But people, man, do people get in trouble when they have their license plates on the car? So we're going to get JFR Cars to talk about this, and I hope we can get him before the top of the hour. If not, you can join us. And anyway, 303-713-8255. Guys, we have in the studio, we're trying to give them a little boost. Tyler and Nick with Premier Window Cleaning and Pressure Washing. They started this out of high school. They do windows. They do pressure washing. They have great deals. They're good guys, man. And I want to say kids. They're not kids. But how long you been in business now, guys? How long?
It's been a total of 4 years now.
4 years, yep. Okay. And what do you think the number one thing is you learned starting your own business fresh out of school? What's the number one thing you learned? Like either one of you.
Yeah.
What is the lesson you think you learned?
I mean, honestly, it sounds like cheesy, but it's really just hard work.
That you have to work hard.
That you have to
It's not easy.
It's not a shortcut.
There's no easy money.
I used to always hope, I mean, coming out of high school, I'm like, everybody wants to have that easy way to get money, you know what I mean? But I think it's just pretty much that. I mean, it's just hard work and staying consistent.
Yeah. 303-713-8255. Let's talk to Rod. Rod, what's happening with you, Rod?
How you doing, Tom?
Let's talk JFR Cars, your consignment system. The consignment system. How does it work when somebody wants to have a car brought in for consignment?
So what we do is every car has to be inspected, and then we bring it in, and we'll get it on, I think it's about 33 website, and get it marketed accordingly.
What is that flat fee to get it signed up?
Oh, the fees are $3.99. And that's to get it signed up and ready to go. But in that $3.99, that's including a professional detail, that including oil change and inspection, and then the marketing package.
Okay. Then in addition to that, what fee do you take upon sale?
I believe I want to say 8% of the sale price. Or $1,200, whichever's the least amount.
Okay, $1,200 then is the most you'll pay, John.
Right, it's the most you'll pay. Great, thank you.
Plus that fee to get it ready. Oh, thank you very much, JFR Cars, 303-520-63 6839. That's 303-520-6839. I'm Tom Martino. We got another hour to go. Stick around on the Troubleshooter Show.
Watching TaxSlayer calculate your refund feels like climbing to the apex of a roller coaster.
Here we go!
And flying down the track. At maximum refund speed. Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Affected by the wildfire? Learn how to avoid common mistakes when dealing with your insurance company. Attend Adjusters International's free webinar series, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Strictly educational, nothing being sold. Learn how to educate yourself. Learn how to prepare, submit, and optimize your insurance claim. 30-minute presentations followed by Q&A. Visit us at ai-mdc.com or call us at 800-248-3888. That's 800-248-3888.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart Radio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
ABC News, I'm Elwyn Lopez. President Biden will meet today over a video teleconference with the leaders of France, Germany, Italy, Poland, and the United Kingdom to discuss the escalating tensions between Russia and Ukraine. The president considering sending U.S. troops and supplies to Ukraine.
Also on the table, crippling economic sanctions, and we've learned possibly restricting Russian access to microchips. It's a move that could deal a major blow to Russian industries and even restrict and deprive Russian citizens of access to tablets and smartphones.
ABC's Mary Bruce. A roller coaster day on Wall Street. The Dow is now rebounding after being down over 1,000 points earlier. Uncertainty over Ukraine and a likely Fed rate hike sparking the sell-off. Coronavirus Omicron cases peaking in much of the Northeast, but still on the rise in the Midwest and West. Dr. Anthony Fauci predicts Omicron will peak next month. This is ABC News. In Germany, a gunman opened fire at a university lecture hall, injuring at least 4 people.
In a brief statement, police confirmed the perpetrator is dead, but no word at this stage as to a possible motive. The German news agency, DPA, citing unidentified security sources, says the gunman killed himself. Police do say a long-barreled firearm was used in the incident. No information either right now on the identity of the shooter. Heidelberg's located south of Frankfurt. Its university is one of Germany's best known. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
States across the country scrambling to keep classrooms open amid staffing shortages in the pandemic. New Mexico's governor is now among the volunteers stepping in as a substitute teacher. Crews are making progress against a rare winter wildfire along California's central coast. The fire in the Big Sur area has burned around 700 acres and is more than a third contained. Evacuation orders remain in effect. Elwyn Lopez, ABC News.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
KHOW News Time, 103.
COVID cases. And I don't do this. I don't like doing it. I ran a schedule for water pros, because they wanted more than I had. So I just ran a schedule. I didn't even charge commission. I just, but I didn't tell anybody that. I just paid the net amount. And then they billed me the balance in gross. And I said, Because I have an agency, right? Tom Martinez.
So why would they do that?
I don't know.
It's just a fuck up.
Yeah, I have to assume, like, so the gross rate was, like whatever it was, and I paid the gross. I mean, the net. Because they show you.
Oh, are you sure you didn't accidentally subtract it from the net? Does that make sense?
Well, no, because the whole amount was $2,200. Yeah, and I paid less 15%.
Yeah,
that's what I paid.
Total net. Yeah, it says 0 here. So this is totally different than the ones I get. Susan just needs to fix it. That's all. Make sure she just needs to fix it. I don't know how else to put it.
I-25 and I-70, both problem-free through town.
Oh, it says 0. You're right. They may have thought I was just an advocate. That's what it was. Oh, shit, I just fucked this. Oh, no. Oh, no, I just ruined my fucking... Oh, shit. I just pulled out the wrong one. Please, nope. It's fucking amazing. It's working. I just pulled the wire apart. I pulled the plug off, and this wire was hanging. I put the plug back on. Oh, but I have these wires you can buy now, and I don't know why. Maybe because of podcasting, you can buy all these IFBs and wires. They never used to be available. Fuck, oh, by the way, turn that off for a second. Oh, we're going to go on the air in a minute, but turn it off just for a sec. I got the worst.
On the Walgreens app.
No one appreciates the American dream as much as Romanian immigrant Mitch Floria. He arrived with just $300 in his pocket, started Art of Granite, now serves the entire Front Range and mountain communities. A direct stone importer who passes wholesale prices on to his customers for all countertops. Completed in just 2 weeks, including quartz. Bathroom free when you have the kitchen done. Tear out and haul away free. Get a price on the phone. 303-386-5919. TheArtofGranite.com.
Belco just raised their CD rates again. Details at belco.org/CD.
Afternoons 2 to 4. It's Leland Conway.
What's really driving the Ukrainian-Russian crisis, and is there anything that the U.S. can or should do about it? We'll talk about it in depth with some experts from the American Enterprise Institute. 2 o'clock Monday, 6:30 K-House.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Deposit. That's deposit. Enter it now at khow.com. Keep listening to win with a $12K a day giveaway.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Hey, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, welcome to the only show anywhere of its kind that deals with everyday aches and pains, the things that tick you off, the things that make you tick. And I have to tell you about something that's really important. There have been more cyber attacks since the pandemic than ever before. I wonder why. Maybe more people are sitting at home, twiddling their thumbs, figuring out how to rip you off. That means any given Wi-Fi that you're connected to with your phone, your tablet, your computer has about 120 attempted attacks. Per hour, 120 on your cell phone per hour or more. Now, here's the problem. Here's the good part. Most of the time, those attacks are on ports that are protected, and I don't know what I'm talking about technically. I'm just regurgitating. But every once in a while, they find a vulnerability, and they get through. And what they mostly do is monitor your traffic and steal stuff. But you don't know it because they don't steal it obviously, it'll show up in the future, like a port out scam where they take your phone and they port it out to another phone where they have control of your phone to get verifying texts. Therefore, they can change your accounts and stuff. We've had this happen, haven't we, guys? We've had calls on it. So here's the deal. SaferNet.com, just a few bucks a month. for each device. Like it's like $4 a month for your cell phone. I think it's like, you know, it goes down with the more devices. Your tablet, your laptop, SaferNet.com. It runs in the background and absolutely protects you from cyber attacks and from malware and from ransomware and all that. SaferNet.com. I mean, you can't afford to be without it. SaferNet.com. John, you have information on license plates. Now, we were told in the state of Colorado you cannot you're not supposed to leave your license plates on the car. What do you know?
Well, now in the state of Colorado, you cannot reuse license plates.
What do you mean, ever?
Nope, they have a new type of plate that they want everybody to have.
What? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Give me some ideas here, bro.
It's a reflected kind of plate, the numbers.
So you're telling me now, whenever we sell a car, or us, when we re-register, do we have to get new plates?
No, it's you can keep your old plates until you have, you know, get a new car or you sell the car, whoever buys it, or when you go to, say, buy another car and you want to reuse plates, you cannot no longer do it.
Oh, if it was our plate, I get it. Thank you for that information. Thank you very much, by the way. Now, how do you know this?
I read a story about that.
Okay. I love having our listeners contribute information because that's what it's all about. Thank you, John. Now, listen, what I told you about temp tags not being needed or you shouldn't reuse license plates, here's the bottom line. Ready?